Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. When you are in Satan City, your cultivation will increase 10,000 times at the beginning. Chapter 41. Vegeta burst out with a terrifying aura under his normal state. Chin-Yu saw this and stood motionless, waiting for Vegeta's attack. Vegeta got ready to fight and said, "It seems that you are very confident. Let me show you King Vegeta's strength today." In an instant, Vegeta disappeared and rushed towards Chin-Yu. Chin-Yu remained motionless, and he was also indifferent to Vegeta's attack. I saw Vegeta punching him. Chin-Yu flashed to his side. Vegeta punched again and Chin-Yu disappeared again. He seized the opportunity and struck Chin-Yu beside him. Chin-Yu blocked it with one hand. Then, Chin-Yu threw it, and Vegeta was thrown away. Vegeta exploded again. Chin-Yu looked at him expressionlessly, always maintaining an indifferent attitude. Vegeta rushed over again. The surrounding mountains were rippling, and there was a supreme killing intent in the air. Vegeta punched and kicked Chin-Yu. Chin-Yu blocked Vegeta's attack with just one hand. Vegeta looked in disbelief and increased his intensity. However, it was still of no use. Vegeta couldn't believe it. He used such a powerful force but it had no effect on him. Vegeta turned towards him again. At this moment, Chin-Yu held his hand tightly and looked at him solemnly. Vegeta felt something was wrong. He wanted to let go, but Chin-Yu grabbed him tightly. Vegeta panicked. Chin-Yu sneered at him. Then, an overwhelming sound suddenly resounded throughout the 9 heavens and 10 places. Chin-Yu grabbed Vegeta's hand and swung it towards his chest, then struck Vegeta's chest with his left hand. Vegeta immediately flew out. It's not over yet. Chin-Yu rushed forward and appeared above Vegeta. With a slight pressure, Vegeta hit the ground hard. Chin-Yu disappeared again. Appear at the location where Vegeta will land. Another blow and Vegeta flew away. Boom! It is cut across the surrounding mountain tops. In the sky, one can hear his voice but not see his person. Only the sounds of fighting could be heard. They couldn't be seen at all. Vegeta was constantly being crushed and had no room to fight back. Chin-Yu's set of moves directly destroyed Vegeta's previous confidence. At this moment, Chin-Yu hit him hard on the back. Vegeta hit the ground at the speed of light. Boom! There was a loud bang. Chin-Yu stood on top of a mountain. Still maintaining a calm expression. Vegeta can hardly get up now. He didn't expect that such an ordinary person could burst out with such strength. This is naturally something that Vegeta cannot believe. Not only that, Vegeta has already exploded all the energy under normal conditions. But Chin-Yu still can't be treated. Instead, he felt deflated. Vegeta's previous arrogance suddenly turned into ashes, and he didn't even get slapped in the face. No, just put King Vegeta's face on the ground and rub it. Seeing Chin-Yu who was so calm, Vegeta felt unhappy inside. Was he actually defeated by an ordinary person? What the hell is this ordinary person? Can ordinary people burst out with such powerful strength? Who are you, King Vegeta? How could he be defeated? Vegeta also looked in disbelief now. His own strength seemed worthless in front of him. What's even more exaggerated is that I can't feel his breath. It seems like an ordinary person. Vegeta dusted himself off. Chin-Yu looked at him calmly. Under normal circumstances, Chin-Yu is extremely confident in facing everyone. Except God. Under normal circumstances, Vegeta is not even half as tall as himself. What are you going to fight with yourself for? And Vegeta was already furious. He smiled evilly and said, "It's beyond my expectation. It seems that I have underestimated you. But I won't be as embarrassed as I am now. I have to be serious." In an instant, Vegeta shouted loudly. An extremely strong wind swept around. Above the sky, a dark cloud covered the sky. Along with these thunders, the surrounding atmosphere suddenly filled the air. Vegeta was surrounded by clearly visible golden lightning. Chin-Yu could feel that Vegeta's strength was continuously increasing. Moreover, his aura is much scarier than before. Not only that, Vegeta can now defeat Chin-Yu. But Chin-Yu always looked at him indifferently. As Vegeta roared, his combat power soared. It is not difficult to see from the surrounding lightning around Vegeta that he has now surpassed Super 1 and directly transformed into Super 2. Later, Vegeta's hair color gradually changed. Sometimes black, sometimes golden. A golden light suddenly appeared all over his body. Not long after, Vegeta completed his transformation. The breath became extremely terrifying. Vegeta's combat power soars like crazy. Not only that, there was lightning surrounding him. A mighty aura spread from his body. Vegeta looked at the towering Chin-Yu proudly. You know Saiyan's terror. Today I will let you know Saiyan's true strength. This strength is really terrifying, but Chin-Yu is not afraid at all. What does Chao mean to me? At best, it's at the bottom. But Vegeta returned to his previous arrogant posture. Could it be that he acted lightly? Faced with Vegeta in this state, Chin-Yu remained extremely calm from beginning to end. He slowly said, "Transform into Super Saiyan. I'll show you today, Saiyan." As he spoke, a pink light began to appear around Chin-Yu. Chin-Yu stood there without making any movement. Everything about him has also undergone tremendous changes. The terrifying aura directly covered up Vegeta's aura. Vegeta immediately shuddered, then continued to focus on Chin-Yu. The pink light gradually spreads. A mighty breath burst out. Chin-Yu's hair began to change color, with thin red hair, and her whole body exuded a pink aura. The surrounding atmosphere is even more terrifying. Vegeta was shocked as he stood there. His mouth was open so much he could almost drop it to the ground. After all, he had never seen this form before. How many is this? Vegeta realized that Super 2 has been through a lot. Now an even stronger existence appeared in front of him. He had a proud attitude before, but now Chin-Yu was suddenly shocked. His eyes were filled with disbelief that an ordinary person could transform into a Saiyan. And it's something I've never seen before. This. What form is this? Vegeta is confused. Looking at Chin-Yu's pink aura and thin red hair color, she was immediately shocked. Not to mention his strength, he has never seen Saiyan in this form. The aura exuded by Chin-Yu has annihilated Vegeta's terrifying aura. Vegeta looked at Chin-Yu with a shocked expression. I can only feel a little frightened. I don't dare to show off my previous arrogance in front of Chin-Yu now. Now he just wants to know what this form is. I just realized Super 2, so what kind of super is this kind of thing? Vegeta was stunned by this. And Chin-Yu's tall body at this moment is filled with this pink light. A ray of red light flashed in his eyes. Even the air carries a bit of murderous intent. Vegeta's confused look is really laughable. Chin-Yu sneered, he knew what Vegeta was thinking. Super Saiyan Pink is in a form he has never seen before. Chin-Yu remained extremely calm and said, since it's Saiyan, I'll name this mentality Super Saiyan Rosé. The moment the words fell, an extremely violent aura swept towards Vegeta. Vegeta took 2 steps back and said with a shocked expression, Pink. He had no idea what form it was. I can only feel a heavy pressure suppressing myself. But he was certain, except for myself and Son Goku's family, there are no Saiyans on this planet. But what's going on? Did it come from the Saiyan planet? But who are you? Oh, Prince Saiyan. Still don't know this form exists. Vegeta was confused again. Didn't Gohan say this was an ordinary person? How can an ordinary person transform into a Saiyan? Is this guy trying to trick himself? One can imagine how much strength he suppressed when dealing with Gohan and Trunks. This form made Vegeta, the Saiyan prince, feel a little afraid. But even so, Vegeta's proud prince blood still gives him a temperament that refuses to admit defeat. Even though he was suppressed by the form, he still believed that he could defeat him. But I have to say that this form is really scary. Chin-Yu can also feel the terrifying increase this form brings to him. I just feel that my fighting power has skyrocketed. Compared to before, this energy flows continuously in the body. Let Chin-Yu's strength continue to improve. But now, Vegeta stood there, looking at Chin-Yu in shock and said, Peach Red, this prince has never heard of this form. Even so, I will defeat you. Chin-Yu was indifferent, couldn't this cure his mouth? However, Vegeta said again, it's just a gimmick to do so much. I will not lose. The moment he finished speaking, Vegeta rushed towards Chin-Yu despite Dao Hong's pressure. Chin-Yu stood there, not panicking at all when Vegeta rushed towards him. Is it necessary to hit a Super 2 level Vegeta? At the same time, Vegeta rushed over and said confidently, aren't you hiding from this? You seem to be very confident in your own strength. However, it was at the moment when Chin-Yu was about to approach. Chin-Yu dodged and cleverly avoided Vegeta's attack. Vegeta used all his strength to kick him. He ducked again. Chin-Yu kept attacking Vegeta. Yu was able to dodge Vegeta's attack with just a slight dodge. He didn't take any action at all, as if he could see Vegeta's actions clearly. Not only that, Yu always maintained a calm expression. Vegeta said with a surprised look on his face, "Do you only know how to hide? It seems like that's all." Faced with Vegeta's provocation, Yu didn't take it seriously at all. No matter how Vegeta attacks, Yu can dodge cleverly. At this moment, Vegeta jumped up and stood tall, his body filled with a golden light. The next moment, he blasted towards Yu again. Yu blocked his attack with one finger. Then, Yu casually struck and Vegeta flew away. Vegeta turned pale. Yu rushed forward, and the surrounding area was filled with pink light. Hit Vegeta again. A wave of pressure swept towards Vegeta. Under this pressure, Vegeta obviously couldn't hold on any longer. Vegeta shouted loudly. Strength exploded again. Yu remained indifferent, even when Vegeta broke out. In Yu's eyes, it's nothing more than that. The lightning surrounding Vegeta became more and more obvious. The next moment, he rushed towards Yu again. The extremely powerful aura began to spread. Yu disappeared immediately. Appears above Vegeta and strikes. Boom! Vegeta was knocked to the ground again. He looked at Yu's indifferent expression and felt extremely dissatisfied. I am King Vegeta. To be beaten like this by a nobody. Say you can't go and be laughed at by the world. Vegeta looked embarrassed now, but Yu looked like a fine person. Vegeta doesn't believe that a former ordinary person can become so powerful. The bellicose Vegeta stood up, even though he looked embarrassed now. But the inner temperament made him stand up again. You can't fall down. Vegeta sneered and said, no matter what you say about Daohong, it's still too early to defeat this prince. Vegeta exploded again. Yu, who was standing aside, frowned slightly. In his opinion, Vegeta's talent is quite good. It was a good opportunity to be defeated by him, but he could still burst out with such strength. He is worthy of being a prince. But if you want to truly defeat Yu, I'm afraid it's still too early. This strength is definitely not enough. Vegeta was as fast as light. Yu rushed forward upon seeing this. The sky suddenly became dark. I saw two rays of light flashing in the air. Only the sound could be heard, and the two of them could not be seen clearly. Both streams of light erupted with a supreme aura. Rumblings continued. The farmers working nearby all looked at the two people above the sky. They are all feelings, extremely terrifying. If they continue to fight like this, their crops will be destroyed. In the air, the two fought back and forth. It was impossible to see the two figures clearly. Vegeta's expression became more solemn. Yu seemed to be fine. He doesn't look like a fighting man at all. Not only that, Yu's strength seems to be getting stronger with each battle. Not a single flaw was revealed. Vegeta is now even more helpless to fight back. Even Vegeta's strongest Super 2 currently has no way to deal with Yu. It's no exaggeration to say that even a finger can't defeat it. The battle is gradually heating up. The mighty aura continued to spread, and the whole world trembled. The movement grew louder and louder, cutting across the surrounding mountains. The ground was also rioting, and an avenue was split. Vegeta's current fighting power is gradually exploding. Yu also started to get serious. Not long after, Vegeta used a light bomb and blasted it towards Yu. Yu turned slightly, and the light bullets flew into the air. He rushed forward and struck Vegeta with a blow. Vegeta suddenly started to bleed. Not to be outdone, he fought back, but he couldn't touch Yu at all. Yu felt a little bored. Under the blessing of Pink's terrifying energy, Vegeta couldn't even touch a finger of his. Yu also knew the horror of Daohong. Vegeta, who is under Super 2, can't do anything on his own. So, isn't it easy to win the martial arts tournament? However, Yu didn't want to make it public. After all, this form is not common, and I am trying this power now. If it continues to be publicized, I'm afraid it will attract the attention of gods of destruction. Now that I know the horror of Pink, I feel a little bored when facing Vegeta. But Vegeta has been entangled now, and Yu can only continue to fight with him. At this moment, Vegeta burst out with supreme power and kept blasting towards Yu. Vegeta felt vaguely that he didn't seem to be using all his strength. Can you suppress yourself without using all your strength? How can this save my face? Moreover, sometimes he couldn't feel his breath. As if he were an ordinary person. But he transformed into a Saiyan and convinced Vegeta that he was a Saiyan. This may be even trickier than Cell was 7 years ago. Yu felt a little bored at this time. I don't want Vegeta to keep fighting like this. You still have to give some face. After all, he is Prince Saiyan. He is also a member of the Z Warrior Circle. To some extent, you have to give some face. Vegeta used light bombs. Golden light suddenly appeared in his palm, and kept bombarding Yu. And these offensives fell on Yu. A thick permeation. Vegeta sneered, thinking that this was the victory. The smoke dissipated and Yu was not hurt at all. He disappeared immediately. At this time, Yu faced Vegeta who was bombarding him, and he immediately grabbed Vegeta. Then, with one blow, Vegeta snorted. Puff. Blood spurted from the mouth. Then it hit the ground hard. Yu stood in front of Vegeta. Vegeta returns to his original appearance. Yu looked at him calmly. There wasn't a single wound on his body. But Vegeta looked embarrassed. His training clothes were also extremely poor. The battle was over and it was clear that Yu had won. Yu was also relatively satisfied. Knowing the horror of Pink, even Vegeta, who is in the Super 2 realm, has no way to do anything to him. Pink, really scary. At this moment, Vegeta stood up slowly. He doesn't have the strength to do anything now. Seeing Yu, I felt a little scared. But he clearly remembered that Gohan was talking about an ordinary person. How is this an ordinary person? I said before that during the Cell chapter, I ran away. Now the strength has grown to such a terrifying level. If only I knew that I have been practicing in the past few years. There is a reason why Gohan was defeated, so what does it mean if he is defeated? Several years of practice were wasted. Vegeta couldn't believe that he was defeated like this. He is covered in trauma. There is no longer the same anger as before. He now wants to know more about what kind of realm this is. It can actually make an ordinary person's strength explode to such a level. He had never heard of the form of Peach Red. Today is just the first time we meet. I never thought it would be so terrifying. Vegeta is now convinced, and he, who was so arrogant, has also lowered his attitude. In front of Z Warriors, he is indeed the strongest. But now that I saw Yu, I was still lagging behind. Vegeta looked tired, looked at Yu and said slowly, "Are you Saiyan or not?" Yu replied calmly, "It counts, but it doesn't matter." Vegeta is confused. Is there any difference between saying this and not saying it? But then I thought about it, how could Saiyan transform if not Saiyan? But he has never seen this pink before. Naturally, I don't know if Yu belongs to Saiyan. Then what happened to this pink? If you are not Saiyan, why can you transform? Yu continued. It's a long story. If you still want to fight, I'll be with you anytime. How dare Vegeta fight anymore? Now he already looked in a miserable state. How can I still have the spirit of a prince? Moreover, he had already used all his strength, but he still couldn't defeat Yu. You can't even touch him. Not only that, Vegeta could clearly feel that Yu didn't use his full strength at all. It's like I'm joking with myself. But Vegeta is extremely serious. Take this battle extremely seriously. But even so, he still did not fail. He also let go of his princely spirit. After all, facing Yu, he really had no choice. We have to face reality. Vegeta spoke slowly. Your strength is too terrifying. How did Rosé break out? Yu remained silent. It's impossible to tell anyone about the system. You can't betray the system. The system is waiting for me to fall in love for the first time, and I abuse the system 1,000 times. No, still have to hide it a little bit. However, having said that, Yu's strength has grown too fast. In 8 years, there have been many battles. But he survived every battle. And now, he can actually defeat Vegeta who is under Super 2. This is obviously very scary. However, Yu has been practicing continuously in the past few years. At this time, Vegeta in front of Yu looked at Yu with a puzzled look. The pink light that filled Yu's body never dissipated. Instead, a few clearly visible white spots are still growing. Moreover, Yu is still in peach red state. Vegeta naturally couldn't do anything to him. However, an idea came into Vegeta's mind. If he could master Rosé, wouldn't it be easy to surpass Kakarot? Can you still get rid of the title of the second child of 10,000 years? Vegeta was a little excited. I thought that Chowder was powerful enough, until I saw such a form now. He had never seen this form before. Now it's the first time I've seen him. I never expected it to be so terrifying. This was more than he had thought before. Now he is also resigned to being defeated. He looked at Qin Yu, who had an extremely indifferent attitude. This is such a gesture, beating Vegeta up. The proud Vegeta also put down his princely attitude. Vegeta's desire to obtain pink became more and more intense. After all, in his opinion, only this kind of strength can be worthy of the status of a prince. But since I am also a prince and I have obtained the status, it is not easy for me to speak. Tao Hong's strength is indeed terrifying, there is no doubt about it. It's only natural that Gohan and Trunks didn't win. He couldn't even defeat him, let alone them. And now, Vegeta also wants to ask Qin Yu how to transform into pink. But as a prince, how could he be so groveling to a junior? Qin Yu's body also returned to normal. Even Vegeta can't beat Qin Yu under normal circumstances. The same goes for Rose. Qin Yu can feel the changes brought about by her transformation into Dao Hong. It's not on the same level as Super 2 at all. Moreover, this kind of strength is already the most powerful existence on Blue Star. Saiyan now has, at most, comprehended the Super 2 form. Although Super 2 is said to be very powerful, the appearance of Dao Hong all means that Super 2 has fallen behind. But now, Vegeta can't wait to learn pink. After all, if you want to defeat your old rival Goku, you must be ahead of him in transformation. But now, with a powerful person in a form he has never met before, isn't this the way to surpass Goku? Vegeta's old face turned red. He had already reached this point anyway. At the worst possible outcome, he would give up the prince and get his identity. He walked up to Qin Yu, knelt down and cupped his hands and said, "Please tell me how Dao Hong changed." Qin Yu was stunned. What happened to the proud prince? Kneel down in front of him. I can't bear it. Qin Yu took a step back and said, "What are you doing? I can't stand your knees." In Qin Yu's opinion, it's not that he doesn't teach him, but that he doesn't even know how to get the pink. After all, he got the pink directly. There were no obstacles on the way. If anything, it would be defeating Gohan. Vegeta spoke again. "I will first learn your current strength. I must defeat an old opponent who has been with you for many years. Only with your current strength can I hope to defeat him. Please teach me." Qin Yu was stunned. Is this the attitude of asking for help? Do you have to teach him? So, I have to teach him. It was indeed a prince, even his tone was so serious. Of course Qin Yu knows who his old opponent is. Isn't it the already sacrificed Son Goku? Because of Goku's existence, he became the second oldest person in 10,000 years. But Goku is already dead, and he still wants to surpass Goku. They are indeed lifelong old rivals. But now Qin Yu's strength has made Vegeta the third oldest in 10,000 years. Vegeta doesn't care about dignity anymore. Who cares about dignity when you can become stronger? In his mind, defeating Goku is enough. But Vegeta looked at Qin Yu with confusion on his face. Vegeta kept his face and spoke again. My current strength is not enough to defeat him. Although he is gone now, I guess he will definitely come back. I've been practicing for many years, but I'm still a little behind when facing him. But I just want to become stronger. Qin Yu heard this. It's not like he doesn't want to teach Vegeta now. The main reason is that I don't know the method. Moreover, with their speed of comprehension, they can quickly break through to the next level. Super Blue also seems a bit far away now. It's just that it's still a little bit worse than Rosé. But the strength is also ridiculously strong. But now, under Vegeta's heavy begging, Qin Yu was helpless. Qin Yu looked at Vegeta and said with confusion, Aren't you strong enough now? Vegeta quickly said, not enough. His talent is extremely powerful, he may be another powerful being. But I believe that with my current strength, I can defeat him. But I still want to be ahead of him. Qin Yu stood there and listened carefully to what Vegeta said. There is nothing he can do now. This is also the first time I have taught someone who has more combat experience than myself. Not even Gohan asked for it. It seems that Vegeta is really a fighting madman. Not to mention whether he can defeat Goku, Chinyu really can't learn how to surpass others in this aspect. But under Vegeta's constant pleading, Chinyu really didn't know what to do for a while. I just had an epiphany about Pink. Are you going to teach him now? This is obviously impossible. Moreover, it does no good to oneself. Isn't this Super 2 pretty good? Now, not all of them have realized Super 2, they are all in the equal zone. Why are you still thinking about how to surpass the other party? Chinyu naturally knew that Son Goku's talent was very powerful. Every time you fight, you can learn new moves based on your strength. Not only that, Son Goku is also a person who gets stronger with each battle. Being able to become the #1 being in Blue Star is not just for nothing. Goku's combat power was relatively low when he was first born, but through his later efforts and the guidance of Master Roshi, he became stronger. Goku has become so powerful. How can Vegeta, as a prince, think about this? That's why he asked Chinyu to teach him how to transform into Dao Hong. But Vegeta doesn't even know if he is Saiyan. However, Vegeta guessed that Saiyan's blood should be flowing in him. Otherwise, it won't transform. Moreover, he is already so terrifying in his normal state, and he can even transform. He is so powerful again after his transformation. He was the one who started trouble before, and he was the one who got beaten. Now it's him who gets the advice. He also saw how strong Chinyu was, otherwise he wouldn't be so groveling. It's hard not to bow a Saiyan's head. If it were Goku, he would pester him like this. But Chinyu was less willing. Chinyu put his hands on his back, turned his head, looked to the side, and said lightly, "It's only a matter of time before you become stronger, now is not the time. You still need to practice more on your own. I can't teach you anything, everything depends on you." Chinyu refused to help Vegeta. After all, Chinyu just wanted to test the power of Dao Hong. It was enough to give it a try, without even thinking that Vegeta would ask for it. He still remembered Vegeta's arrogant look before. He is completely different from the one who is requesting now. This change of face is faster than turning the page of a book. A Saiyan prince who even gave up his dignity in order to become stronger. To be so groveling to an ordinary person. This is completely unlike the arrogant Vegeta from before. Faced with Vegeta's pleading, Chinyu certainly wouldn't teach him how to transform into a Pink. Vegeta's talent is very strong, and so is his strength. But becoming stronger is a matter of time, but the time has not yet come. The current Vegeta is far from Super Blue. If you want to learn more about Dao Hong, I'm afraid it won't work. Vegeta begged again. I have been practicing for several years, but I wonder how that guy is doing now. But I will definitely encounter some big trouble later, so I still have to become stronger. Chinyu waved his hand to express his refusal. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't teach him. He finally gained the power of Dao Hong. There are no bottlenecks. Want to teach Vegeta? How can this be? Although his strength is strong, he has not yet fallen to the level of a master. However, Vegeta was a little disappointed. Are you so isolated from Dao Hong? This is not possible. Please give me some advice. During the battle just now, I clearly felt my shortcomings. Vegeta requested again. Vegeta really couldn't touch Chinyu during the fight. His body seemed to be suppressed by a wave of energy. Not only that, when he saw the arrogance spreading from Chinyu before, he could tell that this person was extraordinary. Sometimes I still can't feel Chinyu's aura. In this way, there is no way to know his location. You know, during the battle, they all rely on the opponent's ki sense and the opponent's position to make their decision. But he can't even feel the energy, so he can't defeat the opponent at all. In Vegeta's opinion, it may be a lack of strength. That's why he asked Chinyu for advice without hesitation. At this time, Chinyu had a second thought. Vegeta's strength must have improved a lot over the years of training. And his method of cultivation is to practice under pressure in the spiritual time room. This was also built by Bulma for Vegeta. Created through the theory of the House of Time and Spirit. Vegeta also relied on the pressure to practice one at a time. Of course, practicing at this level will also increase your own strength a lot. It is much stronger than the pressure released by Chinyu himself. Moreover, Chinyu will not give up practicing just because he has Dao Hong. He just didn't find a way to practice. He also wants to have a spiritual time house like Vegeta. However, He did not have the conditions or the materials. There is no such time. After school every day, there is training to prepare for the martial arts competition. If you add the creation of a spiritual time room, there will be no time for cultivation. But now, isn't the opportunity to own a spiritual time house right in front of you? Bulma is a famous scientist. Even if this kind of gravity chamber can be created, what else can't be created? Moreover, Bulma is rich and powerful, which doesn't matter at all. Among the entire Blue Star, in addition to the House of Time and Spirit, the second one is the spiritual time house in Vegeta's home. This is something that is rare to find. Qin Yu turned his head to look at Vegeta and said, "It's not impossible to teach you. But I have a condition." Vegeta quickly said, "Say, if your conditions aren't too extreme." Qin Yu said, "Ask Bulma to make me a spiritual time house and small capsules that can store large things." Vegeta nodded and said, Are there only these few conditions? You are already so powerful, why do you need a spiritual time room?" Vegeta didn't understand. His strength has allowed him to practice independently, and he no longer needs to rely on the spiritual time room. In order to become stronger, there is no need to worry about this. Vegeta is nothing to worry about. After all, it was Bulma who did the hard work. Bulma's scientific talent would be easy to create, it was just a matter of time. Vegeta naturally agreed. This is not an excessive condition. Vegeta said excitedly now. Then let's start now. Qin Yu raised his head and glanced at the sky. It was already very late and he had to go to school tomorrow. He slowly said, "It's getting late today. I'll point out your shortcomings from now on." Vegeta was stunned. "Didn't you agree to the conditions? Why can't it work today?" Vegeta thought again. He and Gohan were classmates. Tomorrow is not a holiday. They still have to go to school and they have to understand. Vegeta said calmly, "Okay, I'll come find you again in the future." Immediately, Vegeta disappeared. Although there was no guidance for Vegeta today, Vegeta was still a little excited. I have seen the power of Dao Hong. Not even Goku could defeat him. But now, he seemed to see hope of defeating Goku. If one could understand Dao Hong, wouldn't it be easy to capture Goku? As sworn enemies, both wanted to surpass each other, and neither could understand who was stronger. However, sometimes the two of them work together quite well. Taking a step back, they are already very powerful, but they still think about how to surpass and how to reach a higher level. At this moment, Qin Yu was a little excited. After all, he is about to have a spiritual time room. This house is not common on Blue Star. In other words, it is what every martial artist wants to have. Qin Yu practices near his home every day, and the improvement effect is not particularly obvious. But that's not necessarily the case with a spiritual time room. Qin Yu jumped up and flew towards his home. After arriving home, Qin Yu stretched. After fighting for a day, Qin Yu felt a little tired. Today's battle was regarded as a learning experience for him. After all, it could be his first time fighting a powerful person. With combat experience, you will have the possibility of fighting anyone in the future. Whether it is under normal conditions or under transformed conditions. The current strength will not change much for future cultivation. Giving directions to Vegeta is just a piece of cake. Under normal circumstances, Vegeta should have a fighting strength of 100 million. It's scary enough for ordinary people, and many Saiyans. But facing Qin Yu, who is worth 1 billion under normal conditions, the difference is not even a little bit worse. Satan City Number 1 High School. Gohan did not say hello immediately after seeing Qin Yu, but looked at Qin Yu. He didn't expect that after fighting Vegeta, he would look so good. When Qin Yu returned to his position, he didn't wait for him to speak. Gohan looked at everything about Qin Yu carefully. See if Qin Yu is injured. After all, in Gohan's opinion, fighting against such a powerful opponent as Vegeta would definitely lead to serious injuries. Vegeta wouldn't hold back like he did. But Gohan couldn't find any wounds on Qin Yu. Gohan said while watching, "Qin Yu, has Vegeta given you any trouble? Are you injured?" Qin Yu smiled and replied, "What does this mean? It's just that Vegeta was defeated by me." Gohan heard this. He was immediately shocked. Vegeta was defeated by him. Gohan couldn't believe it. But when it was confirmed that Qin Yu had no wounds on his body, Gohan believed what Qin Yu said. Gohan hesitated and said, "This. How is this possible? Vegeta lost. He is the strongest warrior today." Gohan thought for a moment. It seems that Chinyu is still prepared. If you put it this way, wasn't he just kidding himself in the last battle? Vegeta is no match for him now. Is he now the strongest warrior today? However, Gohan doesn't know if he is Saiyan. Now Vegeta is the only one who knows about Rose's strength. Gohan just knows Chinyu's strength under normal conditions. Of course, it is also extremely terrifying. One blow killed Gohan instantly. However, Vegeta Gohan doesn't understand it very well. Even if Son Goku fights, it's not difficult to look so good, but he will still be hurt a little. But Chinyu is not injured at all now. On the contrary, he looks so good. Didn't they fight? Gohan thought again. Wrong. With Vegeta's unconvinced character, he would definitely have to fight Chinyu for hundreds of rounds. But Chinyu wins now. This is also hard to believe. Gohan looked at Chinyu sitting in his seat unharmed. My mouth is about to drop to the floor. He previously said that he was an ordinary martial artist, but now he has defeated even the fighting madman Vegeta. Is this an ordinary martial artist? Even if Gohan hasn't seriously cultivated his strength for several years, it's terrifying. Facing an ordinary martial artist is just a matter of chance. But Chinyu's strength makes people wonder whether he is an ordinary person. They are all Saiyan. You know, Saiyan will become stronger as he continues to practice. Even if you don't practice, your combat effectiveness will not be weakened. But it's not like an ordinary martial artist can't beat him. Gohan suspected that Chinyu was not that simple. What he was talking about was an ordinary martial artist. But he is the first martial artist who can defeat Vegeta. He had seen before that Chinyu was not that simple. It seemed that this time it was beyond their imagination. Chinyu still had reservations. Gohan naturally knows how powerful Vegeta is. Even if he faced Vegeta, it would be difficult for him to hold on in Vegeta's hands. Let alone defeat. Vegeta has unlimited potential, and his body contains endless energy. It's not easy to defeat him. At this moment, Gohan looked at Chinyu solemnly. It always felt like he kept something. Is he also a Saiyan? Impossible. If he were Saiyan, he wouldn't be so powerful. At about the same age as himself, no matter how talented he is, he can't make such rapid progress. Gohan wanted to confirm once more and asked, Chinyu, are you sure Vegeta was defeated? Vegeta is very powerful, Chinyu replied firmly. I'm pretty sure Vegeta was defeated by me. He is indeed powerful, maybe I was lucky too. Gohan was stunned. Lucky? Winning at the hands of Vegeta by luck? It's impossible to be so safe and sound. Chinyu said again. He seems to have transformed into Saiyan Super 2, but he still can't defeat me. Gohan was stunned and said, what? Super 2? Gohan can also transform into Super 2. He naturally knows the increase that Super 2 brings to him. But what he never expected was that even Super 2 failed to defeat Chinyu. Then how powerful Chinyu is. Things were far from being as simple as he imagined. Now only Vegeta can figure out why. There are not many people on the Blue Star who can defeat Vegeta. But now the appearance of Chinyu directly defeated Gohan and Vegeta. This is naturally unbelievable. Although Gohan has not practiced seriously for 7 years, this Saiyan blood flows in his body. He won't be killed instantly with one blow. So, Chinyu is definitely not that simple. Gohan looked at Chinyu and asked, Chinyu, if this is the case, you will definitely win the martial arts competition in the near future. Chinyu slowly said, I will also try my best. With Chinyu's current strength, it would be extremely easy to win the bureau in a martial arts tournament. Now Vegeta and Goku are both about the same strength. Even Goku, who has returned from victory, is no problem. Even so, Chinyu will not relax in his cultivation. After all, after the martial arts tournament comes the Majin Buu arc. Still have to be prepared. However, Chinyu is still thinking in his mind whether the spiritual time house that Vegeta promised him has been built. Those little capsules are not a problem. The main thing is this spiritual time room. Chinyu is looking forward to it. After all, his future cultivation depends on it. At this time, Vital walked up to Chinyu. The two didn't speak for a while. Looking at Vital, Chinyu quickly stood up and said, Vital-san, what's the matter? Vital looked a little shy. His face flushed and he said, I want to continue to practice with you. Qin Yu whispered. But didn't your father not let you come? Yeah, I can't help it, but I can't do it with Ben in the training hall. Vital put his hands behind his back. Qin Yu hesitated for a moment, asking Vital to practice by his side was not an option. Otherwise, Satan and the others will definitely come for us. Otherwise, why don't you go discuss it with your father? If you follow me like this, your father will definitely be worried. Then he will come looking for you and it will be troublesome. Vital continued. Then I will discuss it with my father. The words have fallen. She returned to her original position. Vital looked a little disappointed. After all, she was also preparing for the martial arts competition. There is no way she can bring out her powerful strength in the training tube. The sparring partner could not last more than a few rounds in her hands. Only by Qin Yu's side can he practice successfully. Qin Yu looked at Vital, who was a little disappointed. He also didn't want to take Vital to practice with him. But there is no way. If she had just followed him, Satan will definitely come to your door again with people. Qin Yu doesn't want to encounter such trouble. Not to mention the strength of Satan's group, the martial arts conference is coming soon. If they come, they will definitely delay their cultivation. And now, Gohan hurried out of the classroom. He poked his head with both hands, as if he was talking to someone. Gohan, what happened on Blue Star? A very familiar voice came from Gohan's mind. Dad, Gohan said excitedly. This is Son Goku. Gohan hasn't seen his father in several years. Goku has been in the underworld before, but now he is training on Kaio planet. However, that was when Goku was training on Kaio. Inexplicably, I felt a sudden movement on the earth. This was felt by Goku as far away as Kaio. Therefore, he quickly sent a message through his mind and asked Gohan what the situation was. After all, there was such a big movement on Blue Star, and Goku naturally wanted to find out. Goku said quickly, could it be that some powerful person has appeared again? Gohan explained, no, it's Vegeta and a friend of mine fighting. Goku was stunned. Vegeta? Your friend? Gohan answered truthfully. Yes, he is extremely powerful, even Vegeta and I were defeated. Besides, his strength is unpredictable. I couldn't survive even one blow in his hands and was defeated. Hearing this, Goku became interested. Even Vegeta was defeated. It seems that this person's strength is not simple. With Goku's temperament, he definitely wants to fight Qin Yu. But now he has come to Kaiwang to practice with the consent of the fortune teller. But even from such a distance, he felt the movement happening on Blue Star. It is definitely not an ordinary person to be able to make such a big noise during the war. Therefore, Goku also wants to see who is the person who defeated Gohan Vegeta. However, Goku cannot act at will now. He can only go back through the divination of his mother-in-law. Gohan said through his mind. His strength is extraordinary. He fought with Vegeta like a normal person. No injuries at all. Goku was a little shocked. So powerful, even when Vegeta and I fight, we get hurt. I really want to have a fight with him. Facing such a strong man, Goku is naturally more excited. I also want to see who this friend of Gohan is. Goku also practiced in the underworld before, but he came to Kaio planet for the martial arts competition. Goku learned about the martial arts tournament through the fortune teller. Without Goku's pleading, the fortune teller also agreed to Goku's participation in the martial arts conference. But with such a strong man appearing on Blue Star, it would be hard not to interest a fighting maniac. Wu Holdings really wants to see how strong this person is. But now he can only practice in Kaiwang planet. He still has to wait until the martial arts conference begins before he can return to Blue Star. Gohan talks to Goku on the roof of the school. He naturally knew that with his father's character, he would definitely want to fight Qin Yu at some point. I'm afraid even he can't defeat Qin Yu. Dad, his strength is extraordinary. By the way, when will you come back? Mom and I miss you very much. Goku immediately said, we can meet when the martial arts tournament starts. Gohan, you must practice quickly too. Take me to meet your friend then. Gohan agreed. Good. Goku on Kaio is also looking forward to it. For such a strong man, the shock of the battle was even felt by Goku as far away as Kaio. Goku's character naturally makes you want to fight him. But now Goku can be said to be a living dead. It's just that it retains its strength. Of course, there is definitely a chance of resurrection. Goku's main purpose now is to train on Kaio. After all, Kaiou's gravity is 10 times that of Blue Star. Nature is a good place to practice. This is one of the reasons why Goku came to train on Kaio planet. Moreover, the North King Kai is in charge of the North Galaxy. Even if Kaiwang is destroyed by Goku's power, Supreme Kai can restore it to its original state. But even so, North King Kai only complained verbally, and he was still pleased with Goku. He also taught Goku the necessary moves. Kaioken is one of them. Goku looked at Supreme Kai with excitement and said, "Such a strong man actually appeared on Blue Star. Looks like I'm going to practice hard." Supreme Kai was a little panicked. After all, Goku definitely doesn't do them any good by saying this. "I'm afraid it will traumatize the King Kai again. Hey, as long as you promise to resurrect me, you can do whatever it takes." The big explosion of Cell directly killed Supreme Kai and his two pets, Bruce and Gulagly. Therefore, Supreme Kai's only condition is to help them resurrect. Supreme Kai put his hands behind his back and said in a very slow tone, "You guy, looks like he's the one who can bring Kaioken to its fullest." Afterwards, Supreme Kai laughed. Goku looked at Supreme Kai confused. He never gets the point of Supreme Kai's laughter. I don't know what he is laughing at. Goku can only continue to practice. After years of training, Goku has long been accustomed to the gravity on Kaio. Not only that, it can also fly in the air while bearing the pressure of 4 tons. Supreme Kai also didn't expect that Goku could adapt so quickly. Of course, Supreme Kai is naturally more excited. After all, Goku is from Blue Star. Blue Star is also managed by Supreme Kai. Although Goku was not originally born on Blue Star, he has now become a person on Blue Star. And he also married a wife. At this moment, Goku began to practice under 10 times the gravity. Goku jumped up, with 1-ton training artifacts tied to his hands and feet. Although he has no sparring partner, he has endless methods. But his method also made Supreme Kai nervous. He was afraid that he would knock down the house next to him, or that he would make a hole in Kaio. Goku's character naturally wants to see the strength of Gohan's friends. Being able to defeat Vegeta and Gohan must be extraordinary. This makes Goku know, how can he control it? Satan City No. 1 High School. Gohan returned to the classroom at this time. He looked at Chin Yu with confusion. He knew that his father was coming back soon. What he faced was not only the martial arts conference, but also Chin Yu. For a moment, I didn't know who to worry about. Gohan naturally knows Goku's strength. The same is true for Chin Yu's strength. It's impossible to guess who is stronger. Of course, he was still a little worried about Goku. After all, Chin Yu was so nonchalant when facing Vegeta. Moreover, Vegeta's strength is similar to Goku's. When school is over, Chin Yu went home immediately. There was no time to say hello to Gohan. He hurriedly returned home. Chin Yu changed into practice clothes. Get ready to start practicing. Chin Yu warmed up first. After all, there is no spiritual time room yet, so Chin Yu can only practice as usual. Chin Yu stood in front of her house, waving her hands. He is now strong enough. But in order to prepare for future opponents, I have to practice. With the full training of Son Goku, Chin Yu's combat effectiveness quickly improved. Not only that, Chin Yu now has combat experience. Facing stronger opponents later will not be a problem. Of course, you still have to rely on your own strength and some tricks. Otherwise, pure combat would not work at all. With Chin Yu's current strength, he is already the most powerful existence today. But in Chin Yu's own opinion, it's not enough. In the future development, we will have to face more powerful opponents. Moreover, Chin Yu is inspired to become a universe-level strongman. Universe-level powerhouses are far from enough now. For example, Goku, not now, but later on. And Jillian, Hit. These are universe-level existences. If you want to defeat them, you must still practice. However, judging from Chin Yu's current talent, reaching universe-level existence is only a matter of time. At this moment, the cold voice of the system sounded in Chin Yu's mind. Ding! The system releases a task. Mission: defeat Goku. Reward: 3 months of cultivation. Time limit, 3 days. Qin Yu stopped practicing and was stunned on the spot. After hearing about this mission, Qin Yu couldn't believe it for a while. After all, Goku is already dead. How to defeat? Do you want to let yourself go to the underworld to find him? How is 3 days enough? Moreover, I don't have teleportation like Goku. There's no way he can defeat Goku. Not to mention victory, whether or not Goku can be found is another matter. Even if Goku is on Kaio, I can't find him. It would be okay if it was on Blue Star. But he is already dead and will not return until the martial arts conference. But it's still some time before the martial arts conference. How do you defeat Goku in 3 days? Do you still have to wait for Goku to come find you? This is obviously impossible. At this time, Vegeta came with spiritual time room and capsule. However, Vegeta looked extremely arrogant as before. He looked extremely dissatisfied. He handed the small capsule to Qin Yu, with one capsule left in his hand. Vegeta threw the capsule away, and a huge house appeared in front of Qin Yu's house. A capsule this small stores a room. This is why Qin Yu needs this capsule. No matter how big something is, it can exist inside. Food can exist. Qin Yu came forward to take a look with an excited look on his face. Vegeta held his hands proudly and said, "I'll give you everything you asked for. When will you teach me how to transform into a pink girl?" Qin Yu focused all his attention on the spiritual time room. I didn't hear what Vegeta said. Looking at Qin Yu, who was in high spirits, Vegeta stood there and looked at him coldly. Qin Yu carefully studied the spiritual time room. Wow, Vegeta on the side couldn't wait any longer. Vegeta coughed twice. Ahem. Qin Yu pretended to be calm at this time. He looked at Vegeta and said, "I can't teach you much, the main thing is to see you practice on your own. Whether you can reach a higher realm in the future depends on you." Qin Yu didn't know how to teach him. I got the pink directly. But when he said this, Vegeta actually listened so carefully. Taking advantage of the situation, Qin Yu started talking nonsense. Qin Yu put his hands behind his back, as if he were an associate professor. Feel your own chi and energy. Gather these energies at one point and finally explode. Quote, quote. After a long time, Vegeta closed his eyes. Start to understand everything Qin Yu said. Qin Yu, who was inexperienced, could only describe the changes he had made when he transformed into Dao Hong. Vegeta also listened carefully. I'm afraid I missed some details. Seeing Vegeta being so serious, Qin Yu also breathed a sigh of relief. As long as he understands. After all, this is Qin Yu's first time doing this kind of thing. No experience at all, but it can also be said in a meaningful way. Vegeta was completely immersed in it now. Didn't realize anything was wrong at all. And, I completely believed it. Qin Yu is naturally relieved now. Qin Yu's attention now is all in the spiritual time room. After all, this can be said to be the third spiritual time room. There is no need to practice as usual after that. Although practicing in the spiritual time room is a little tiring, the effect of improving combat power is remarkable. There are also these capsules, which can still store some larger items. Mainly for convenience. After all, when practicing outside, you always have to eat something. Doesn't this capsule save time on going back? Qin Yu murmured. This is great stuff. At this moment, Vegeta also opened his eyes. He felt the same as before, nothing much had changed. Qin Yu was a little panicked and looked at Vegeta's serious face. Could it be that he discovered it? Vegeta said. Maybe I don't have enough perseverance and I still need to practice. However, I will not stop surpassing you. Sooner or later, I will surpass you. Qin Yu took a breath and said. I'm also looking forward to that day coming soon. King Kai. Goku was ready to make a move at this moment. I can't wait to go to Blue Star right away. However, Goku did not dare to go to Blue Star without the permission of the fortune teller. After all, Goku is still under the control of the fortune teller. His actions are also under the control of the fortune teller. If you go there privately, you will definitely be discovered. Goku said to Supreme Kai. I'm going to find the fortune teller. I'm going to Blue Star to see that person's strength. Before Supreme Kai could say anything, Goku disappeared. The confused look in Supreme Kai's eyes was left. Hell, Goku comes to the underworld. The first thing I did was to find the fortune teller. Passing by the door, King Yama was sitting in front of the door. Goku asked, "Where's the fortune teller?" King Yama said with a stupid look. "It seems to be in there." After all, Goku is a dead man, so he can enter the underworld. When Goku found the fortune teller, he immediately said, "Grandma divination, I want to go to Blue Star." The fortune teller sits on a crystal ball. He said calmly, "What are you going to do there? You are dead now and cannot go to Blue Star at will." Goku continued, "I know, but a very powerful person has appeared in Blue Star. I want to fight him." Speaking of this, the fortune teller seemed to be interested. Although the fortune teller looks like an old woman, she is stingy, loves money, and likes to watch fights. Goku is going to fight this time, and the fortune teller also wants to see him. The fortune teller's position in the world is extremely special. Although she is not a god, her abilities are extremely special. You can freely travel back and forth between the yin and yang realms. The most powerful thing is that it can bring the dead back from the underworld to the earth for 24 hours. Even Supreme Kai does not have such a special ability. But this time, Goku went to fight, which directly aroused her interest. For a person who loves to watch battles, how can he refuse this? But now she still has some things to do in the underworld and cannot go to the earth. In order to satisfy Goku, the fortune teller said, "Yes, you only have 24 hours. Exceeding this time will have disastrous consequences." Goku is now excited. "Thank you, fortune teller." Before the fortune teller could speak, Gohan searched for the breath in the blue star. Found it. Call out. Goku immediately disappeared. "I came to Blue Star with a halo." He only had 24 hours, but it was enough for Goku. The battle doesn't even take a day. Half a day is enough. Moreover, this time he also looked at that person's strength. Only in this way can Goku have the motivation to practice. Blue Star. Goku immediately appeared in front of Chin Yu. And he also saw a very familiar shadow. "Vegeta, why are you here too?" Vegeta was confused. Isn't this his old rival? Wrong. Isn't he already dead? Why did he suddenly appear on Blue Star? Kakarot, isn't he already dead? Goku explained. "I came to the Blue Star through the divination of Granny." "No, you didn't see the halo above my head." Goku pointed to the halo above his head. Vegeta also understood. He held his hands proudly and said, "Why don't you go see Gohan and the others when you come back? What are you doing here? Want to fight me? I don't have time now." Vegeta still wants to practice and then suddenly realized Chin Yu's method of transforming into pink. Even when he sees his old enemy Goku, he doesn't want to fight him anymore. "Now I just want to practice well." Goku, like Gohan, is extremely innocent. The conversation between the two directly ignored the existence of Chin Yu. Chin Yu stood there with confusion on his face. "I was still thinking about how to find Goku, but now he appeared on his own. It really takes no effort at all. Can't this task be completed?" At this moment, Goku and Vegeta were discussing. Goku spoke slowly. "Don't be so rigid. I'm here to see a friend of Gohan's. I'm not here to find you. I don't want to waste time with you, I only have 24 hours. Vegeta is a little angry. Although he doesn't have time now, he can't say that to himself. "Kakarot, the person you were looking for is right there, don't go and die." Vegeta pointed at Chin Yu. Goku heard this. He looked at Chin Yu. Isn't this just an ordinary person? But according to Gohan, even Vegeta was defeated. Moreover, Vegeta also said this. It seems that this person's strength is not simple. Goku said softly. Then, he leaned towards Vegeta and whispered. "Vegeta, I heard that you were defeated too." Vegeta looked disgusted. He also looked like he didn't want to mention it anymore. "Can you please stop talking about this?" Vegeta was a little dissatisfied. Goku said again. "Is he really that powerful? It looks so ordinary." As he spoke, Goku looked at Chin Yu. Vegeta said with disdain. "Would you know if you try it?" Goku once again talked about Vegeta's dark history and said. "Ah, I have to pay close attention to people who can defeat Vegeta." Vegeta was angry. He had a dark history, was it necessary to say that? Vegeta was vaguely dissatisfied, but he didn't want to fight Goku now. I also want Goku to know how terrifying this man's strength is. I have already experienced it. Since Goku wants to die, let him go. Kakarot, if it doesn't work, don't try it. Otherwise you will die again. Goku was shocked. Ah, so scary. Vegeta looked at Goku with a cold look, and immediately said. By the way, he's still a Saiyan. Saiyan. Goku was confused. Vegeta said firmly. Super Saiyan Rosé. Goku said with confusion. Peach Red, I haven't heard of it yet. Vegeta sneered and said. Would you know if you try it? Although the two are old rivals, they still care about each other in many situations. Goku walked up to Chin Yu. Looking at Chin Yu, he slowly said. Are you Saiyan too? It looks so ordinary. Chin Yu looked at Goku with an indifferent expression, and then said. I transformed into Saiyan by coincidence. The strength is not particularly strong. Goku waved his hand and said. Vegeta has already told me. Wong Nuos, you are the one who defeated him and Gohan. It seems that your strength is indeed extraordinary. Vegeta on the side heard this and said angrily. Kakarot, I told you not to mention this anymore. Goku smiled slightly and scratched his head. Don't be so stingy, Vegeta. If you fail, you fail. Vegeta stood there, speechless for a moment. Immediately, Goku said to Chin Yu again. By the way, this time I came here just to compete with you. Let's see if your strength is as strong as they say. Chin Yu is a little excited now. After all, Goku came here just to challenge himself. However, Goku's sudden appearance made Chin Yu a little confused. The first thing he wanted to do was fight Chin Yu. This is really Goku's temperament. At this moment, Joe Kong stood on the spot and jumped. Already prepared, he looked a little excited and said. I am ready. Chin Yu looked at Goku coldly and said. In this case, I have no chance to refuse. Goku continued. It seems you are very confident. Since you came all the way to find me, I will definitely not let you down. Show your best strength. Chin Yu prepared a fighting stance. Goku sneered and said. Ah, it seems I have to be serious. Goku came here to compete with Chin Yu. Win or not, Goku wants to fight. Face is something that doesn't seem to be reflected in Goku. No matter whether they are friends or foes, as long as they have fought with Goku, he will come forward to show their kindness. 14. And, Goku also wants to know how powerful he is and how experienced he can be. Even he who was far away on Kaio planet could sense it. As a fighting maniac, Goku must have stepped forward to spar with him when he saw such a powerful person coming out of his hometown. Even Gohan and Vegeta were defeated, so Goku naturally wouldn't let him go. Chin Yu also thought of his mission at this time. Isn't the chance to defeat Goku just around the corner? It doesn't take 3 more days, 1 day is enough. See you. Goku jumped up and stood far away from Chin Yu. Then he said loudly, come on, I'm ready. Goku knows how strong Chin Yu is. Although he has never fought with him personally, he knows from Gohan and Vegeta that his strength is definitely extraordinary. But Goku didn't transform either, and used his normal state to compete with Chin Yu. As we all know, Goku will fight no matter who he faces, even if it is someone stronger than himself. He won't transform when he comes up, but will use his normal state to test the opponent's strength. Chin Yu saw that Goku was ready. He rushed forward immediately. Before Vegeta could see clearly, Chin Yu grabbed Goku and surrounded him. All Goku's screams could be heard. Goku started to fight back. Seizing Chin Yu's flaw is all it takes. Chin Yu hid. Then, he grabbed Goku's hand and threw him towards the top of the mountain. Boom! Goku was stuck on the top of the mountain. Not to be outdone, he charged towards Chin again. Faced with Goku who was constantly bombarding Chin Yu, he just dodged slightly. It seems that you can see the opponent's attack method. Da 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 da. Goku spoke instinctively. This is also the sound he makes when fighting. Chin Yu looked calm, even when facing Goku's crazy bombardment. Chin Yu always maintained a calm expression. With his hands behind his back, Goku punched and kicked Chin Yu. But he still couldn't touch Chin Yu at all. At this moment, Chin Yu stretched out his right hand and blocked Goku's attack with one finger. Goku saw how powerful he was. He also sneered and said, it seems that I have to take your opponent seriously. Goku explodes. However, he did not transform. His own combat effectiveness continues to soar. But even so, Chin Yu still couldn't be touched at all. Chin Yu looked a little bored. Goku's attacks have no effect on him. At this moment, Chin-Yu turned around and disappeared. Goku couldn't sense where his aura was for a moment. There is no way to know Chin-Yu's location. The next moment, Chin-Yu appeared behind Goku. Give him a light blow on the back. Goku flew straight out. Boom. Chin-Yu rushed forward. Another blow. Vegeta on the side sneered. As I said, he is very powerful. You haven't transformed yet. Vegeta knows how strong Chin-Yu is. Moreover, he has already told Goku that he is Super Saiyan. Extraordinary strength. He still chose to test. Vegeta felt speechless. He now knows Chin-Yu's strength, and he will not be shocked when seeing such a scene. At this moment, Chin-Yu didn't give Goku a chance to take action. However, Goku has no room to fight back now. Chin-Yu keeps crushing Goku. No matter how much strength Goku bursts out, Chin-Yu can easily crush him. In front of Chin-Yu, this is like a mayfly shaking a tree. Chin-Yu can also feel that Goku is still relatively strong. Even if he is a dead person, he still has this kind of strength, and he is still a strong person. Chin-Yu vaguely felt that Goku's fighting power was constantly increasing. However, this is not even the slightest bit worse than Chin-Yu under normal circumstances. At this moment, Chin-Yu grabbed Goku's head and ran towards the top of the mountain. Boom! All the mountaintops collapsed. Goku looked extremely embarrassed. The combat uniform was in tatters. However, in order to compete with him, Goku still has no intention of giving up. He basically grows up in battles, even when facing people who are weak to him. Goku will also give up a few points. But Goku also pays more attention to powerful opponents. After all, almost every time Goku breaks through, he's in combat. But this time, he had no room to fight back. He didn't expect that this person would be so powerful. 523. There was blood in Goku's mouth. He smiled and said, "No wonder you can defeat Gohan and Vegeta. It turns out that you are so powerful. I've never seen you before. Aren't you from this world?" Chin-Yu smiled and said nothing. He also had trouble explaining to Goku. After all, this matter is really a long story. Chin-Yu stood there and looked at Goku calmly. Then, Goku got into a fighting stance again. He raised his hand and signaled Chin to attack. Chin-Yu rushed forward. The same goes for Goku. However, Goku was still caught by Chin-Yu. Without giving Goku a chance, he immediately beat him up. Didn't he say that there would be a competition? Then satisfy him. Make him convinced. Vegeta on the side looked at Goku, who was beaten violently. I really can't bear it. Although he doesn't know how strong Goku is. But he is still a strong man after all. Now it has fallen to this point. There was no room for fighting back. Vegeta looked at Goku and said slowly, I have been practicing hard for 7 years and have already reached the level of Super 2. How powerful is Kakarot? Judging from this breath, Carrot consciousness has been improved. It's still a little worse than me. Vegeta said very proudly. Chapter 51. Under normal circumstances, Goku was beaten violently by Chin-Yu. Even though he knew how strong Chin-Yu was, he still did not choose to transform. Goku was also constantly crushed by Chin-Yu. There was no room for fighting back. Vegeta on the side was really shocked. After all, he was not as miserable as Goku before. At this moment, Vegeta looked at Goku, who was beaten by Chin-Yu, and couldn't help but said, It's still the same as before, it's a test. With his strength, I'm afraid neither of us can defeat him. I have to understand the pink as soon as possible. I don't know what kind of strength Kakarot is now. In the past few years, Goku has been practicing in the underworld. After that, he went to Supreme Kai and became his disciple. Learn Kaioken and Spirit Bomb and more. Vegeta on Blue Star has been practicing in the Spiritual Time Room. It has already reached the level of Super 2. But he doesn't know how far Goku can go now. Being able to reach Super 2, Vegeta was not surprised. At this moment, Goku is after fighting Chin-Yu for several 14 rounds. Although Goku is in a state of embarrassment, but Chin-Yu still said with a smile, Wow, you are so awesome. I have used all my strength, but I still can't touch you. Chin-Yu remained silent. Goku has already used all his strength, but it is not useless against Chin-Yu. He now also realizes the power of Chin-Yu. Facing such a powerful opponent, Goku was also a little relieved. After all, for so many years, he has either been practicing in the underworld or on the Kaiwang planet. Not to mention that I am tired of this way of cultivation. He has never been able to find an opponent. Now that I have such an opportunity, I will naturally not let it go. Moreover, facing this powerful opponent, not only did Goku not feel uneasy, but he also felt a little excited. This is what Goku does when facing an opponent stronger than himself. After a few rounds passed, Goku said in surprise, "Look at your strength," just as Vegeta and the others said. "I have been practicing in the underworld for so many years, but I still can't catch up with you." Vegeta, who was watching the battle on the side, looked at Goku who was being beaten and sneered. "Kakarot, you are nothing more than that. The strength improved after so many years of training is not particularly obvious. I can defeat you, let alone him." Goku looked at Vegeta and said, "Vegeta, I'll fight you next time. I only have 24 hours, I can't waste any more time on you. We must have a fair fight with him." Vegeta was a little annoyed. "Don't be so arrogant, 70% of my strength is enough to defeat you." Both of them are confident that they are stronger than the other. Vegeta also wanted to see how Goku was defeated in the hands of Chin Yu. Look at Goku's jokes. But Goku didn't seem to care how badly he was beaten. The stronger the opponent, the more excited he becomes. Vegeta came up taunting, "Let the other party be frightened by your own strength." But this trick was of no use to Chin Yu. Chin Yu maintained an extremely cold attitude. Whether it's against Vegeta or Goku, he always maintained a calm expression. Goku looked at Chin Yu and said seriously, "Your strength is indeed strong. But I'm going to use all my strength next." The words fell. Goku explodes immediately. He shouted loudly, "Keep shouting." Golden light appeared all around him. An extremely powerful aura swept over him. Chin Yu stood there unmoved. After all, even Vegeta in the Super 2 realm couldn't make him move. Not to mention Super 1. However, Goku's ability to transform into a Super 1 is still a bit scary. Chin Yu felt that Goku's combat power was continuously increasing. Not only that, Goku's current aura has become extremely powerful. Chin Yu looked at Goku with a frown. Vegeta on the side didn't take it seriously either. After all, Chaoyi and the others had figured it out a long time ago. What he wants to see more now is Chin Yu transform into Dao Hong. Suppress Goku. But Vegeta was also stunned when he looked at Chin Yu. Chin Yu stood motionless. Is it necessary to face Goku in the Super 1 realm with normalcy? No matter how strong you are, you can't be so outrageous. Vegeta couldn't believe it. Goku is in the realm of transcendence, but Chin Yu is still unmoved. Does he have any other trump cards? When Goku finished transforming into Super 1, he looked at Chin Yu with a serious face and said, "This is Saiyan Chao." He looked at Chin Yu who had not transformed. Goku knows that he is a Saiyan too. But he had already transformed, yet he didn't choose to transform. "You don't want to transform?" Goku looked at Chin Yu in surprise. Chin Yu sneered. There was no movement from him. The next moment, a red light appeared around him. Chin Yu's entire body was directly wrapped in it. The surrounding arrogance became extremely red. Vegeta was stunned again. It wasn't this color before. Not rosé. Why has it turned red? Vegeta looked at him confused. Is this a new form? Immediately, Chin Yu burst out with an extremely powerful aura. When Goku saw this, he frowned inexplicably. He just felt that the first breath was very similar to his own. At this moment, Chin Yu 247 said loudly, "Kaioken." Kaioken is not a move that directly attacks the opponent, but increases the strength, speed, attack power, and defense power. Depending on how powerful it is, it can be opened several times. However, Goku was stunned. You actually know Kaioken. You know, Kaioken is created by Supreme Kai. How could he realize Kaioken without Supreme Kai's guidance? As early as when Chin Yu defeated Vegeta, the system had already issued rewards. Kaioken. There is no need to go through Supreme Kai to learn it either. But Goku was confused. He didn't know where Chin Yu's Kaioken came from. Could it be that he and Supreme Kai are friends? Impossible. I have been on Kaiwang for so long and I have never seen him before. So how did he realize it? Goku was confused now. He knows how powerful Kaioken is. Even now he has failed to learn Kaioken. He chose to work under Supreme Kai just to learn. But the Chin-Yu in front of him was actually one step ahead of him. As Chin-Yu's combat effectiveness continues to increase sharply, Vegeta was even more confused. He has never seen Kaioken, and he doesn't know what it is. Thought it was a new form. But Chin-Yu's hair color has not changed. Still black. Vegeta was even more confused. What exactly is this? Looking at Chin-Yu opening Kaioken, I couldn't believe it for a moment. After all, as far as Goku knows, Kaioken is owned by Supreme Kai. But Chin-Yu now has it. Goku doesn't take it too seriously now. However, the aura surrounding Chin-Yu made Goku feel a little familiar. Goku continued to assume a fighting stance and said, "Come on, I'm ready." He didn't speak. Chin-Yu rushed forward immediately. The speed has increased by an unknown amount compared to before. He was in front of Goku in an instant. Goku still hasn't reacted. Just catch Goku and beat him up. The whole world suddenly trembled. Kaioken is adding Goku from the Beyond One realm. The two of them suddenly became inseparable. Chin-Yu under Kaioken is still comparable to Goku in the Super One realm. After all, Kaioken increases not only combat power, defense, speed, etc., but also increases. Rumblings filled the sky. I can only see his voice, but not his person. The two are extremely fast. However, Vegeta was staring at the two of them at this moment. It seemed like he could see their movements clearly. But 027 he didn't expect what was in Chin-Yu. In a short period of time, his strength increased so quickly. Vegeta couldn't believe it either. After all, such a powerful strength is not yet a transformation. He is directly on par with Goku in the Super One realm. However, Vegeta also wanted to laugh a little when he saw Goku transforming into a Super One. I can't even beat him at Super 2 level. A Super One still wants to defeat the opponent. Vegeta looked serious and watched the battle between the two with his arms folded. Even Goku transforms into a Super One. Chin-Yu was still crushing him, not giving him any room to fight back. Goku used light bombs, and Chin-Yu turned around at will with his consciousness. Directly dodged these light bombs. Chin-Yu caught Goku's flaw, rushed forward and struck hard. Goku screamed, then smashed it to the ground. He immediately fell to the ground. Chin-Yu also landed on the ground. Looking at Goku lying on the ground, I thought I had defeated Goku just like this. But the next moment, Goku slowly stood up and said, "It looks like what Vegeta and the others said. So powerful, I have to take your opponent seriously." Chin-Yu stunned. Not finished yet. It seems that Goku is really a fighting maniac. I have been crushed into this state, but I haven't chosen to give up yet. Vegeta on the side sneered and joked. "Kakarot, don't be brave if you can't do it. Chao Yi can't even touch him. You are nothing more than that." Goku continued. "Vegeta can't even beat you in Super 2. Looks like I have to use my real skills." Vegeta laughed again. "You can't even beat Super 2, what else do you have that you can really do? Surrender as soon as possible." Goku can naturally transform into Super 2 now. But Vegeta couldn't defeat him even in his second level. Not even a hair could be touched. Naturally, you can't beat him when you transform into Super 2. But what can be done now? Have all the trump cards been used up? No, Goku can now transform into Super 3. If you can't beat Super 2, then go to Super 3. Goku immediately transformed into Super 3. The surrounding atmosphere became even more terrifying. The mighty atmosphere began to spread. Goku's hair, which was originally short blonde hair, began to grow longer. It didn't stop until her hair reached her waist. According to what Goku said, Super Saiyan is a Super Saiyan who has surpassed the Super Saiyan limit. The eyebrows disappear and the brow bone is close to the eye frame. Dark blue pupils appear in the original single light green eyes, and the golden aura turns into light and is fixed. The lightning becomes denser than at Super 2. Super 3 is based on Super 2, which increases the combat effectiveness by 4 times. It is also 400 times that under normal conditions. After transforming into Super 3, both strength and speed will be much stronger than Super 2. The combat effectiveness has been improved by leaps and bounds. Although Super 3's combat power is strong, it consumes a lot of energy, which often becomes a fatal weakness in battle. When Goku transformed, Vegeta was confused. I thought I was just here to watch Goku's jokes. After all, in his opinion, he can't beat Shinyu, so can Goku do it? Super 2, who thinks he has mastered full power, is already stronger than Goku. But when Vegeta saw this scene, he was immediately stunned. I haven't mastered Super 3 yet. Goku actually mastered Super 3. Vegeta was so shocked that he couldn't even close his mouth. Could it be that this time he is slapping himself in the face? He was still taunting Goku before, but now Goku can suddenly transform into a Super 3. Vegeta naturally couldn't believe it for a moment. This takes a 1,000-year-old man down another level. As Goku's combat power continues to soar, Shinyu looked at Goku with deep eyes. This time, Shinyu is going to take it seriously. After all, he knew that the Super 3 form was relatively powerful. Kaioken may not work anymore. You have to be more serious. Otherwise, you will only be the one who fails this time. However, Rosé has not been used yet, although Taohong doesn't consume much energy. But with Kaioken, it's natural to use it. Shinyu also wanted to see how powerful Kaioken was. Shinyu can feel the various changes naturally brought about after opening Kaioken. Combat power, defense power, and speed have all been improved a lot. But facing Chao-san, this Kaioken no longer works. But now Vegeta seems to be still in shock. A look of disbelief. He could feel the power of Super 3. Although it was said that Goku had transformed, he could feel a powerful aura filling the air. Moreover, Goku's combat power is also soaring. Vegeta was dumbfounded. I can't believe that the dead Goku's strength has not only improved. Instead, he also mastered Super 3. Vegeta has been practicing in the spiritual time room for the past few years. After that, he broke through to Super 2. I thought that being able to transform into Super 2 would already mean I could defeat Goku. But now Goku can actually transform into Super 3. Vegeta naturally couldn't believe it. The cultivation strength in the underworld has improved so obviously. Can he actually transform into a Super 3? Vegeta looked at Goku, who was gradually breaking through, with a surprised look on his face. I was still thinking that my strength should have surpassed Goku. I thought that after Goku died, his strength stayed where he was. It has even declined. But seeing this scene now, it's definitely not a slap in the face. This is simply rubbing it on the ground. Vegeta said with a surprised look. Super Saiyan 3. This guy can actually transform into a Super 3. I have been practicing for so many years and have always made breakthroughs. How can this guy break through so fast in the underworld? It is no exaggeration to say that Goku's training methods have improved over the past few years. Far more effective than Vegeta. Moreover, Awangshan is also guiding Goku in his training. Vegeta worked a little harder, but the training effect was not as good as Goku's. This time, Goku was able to transform into Super 3, and it was all due to his efforts. However, for Vegeta, he still felt a little dissatisfied. This guy Goku is always at the forefront. No matter in terms of strength or transformation, Wukong is always a little ahead of Vegeta. This is one of the reasons why Vegeta has become the second oldest person in the world. Vegeta will start to doubt life. He was surpassed by Goku again and again. Naturally, I felt a little unhappy. This time, since it has directly reached Super 3. For so many years, Vegeta thought that Super 2 at full power would be able to defeat Goku. But Goku has already mastered Super 3, and Super 2 is simply not enough in front of him. Not only that, Goku is now stronger than Vegeta. Super 3 is superior to Super 2. It's more than twice as much. But Vegeta looked shocked, totally in disbelief. After fully turning on Super 3, Goku also calmed down. His current form is his strongest form yet. It is also the most powerful existence. It can put some pressure on Shinyu more or less. But Shinyu was as unmoved as before when faced with Goku, who was in the third level. It seemed that he didn't take this form seriously. At this moment, the Supreme Kai on Shinyu has also dissipated. Under normal circumstances, face Goku calmly. At this moment, Goku said very calmly, I should be able to defeat you this time. This is my strongest form. I won't admit defeat this time. However, Vegeta on the side said impatiently. Kakarot, so what if you can transform into a Super 3? Can I still defeat him? I don't want to see you unable to survive 2 moves in his hands. Vegeta folded his hands and watched the show like an audience. Chin-Yu stood aside as if nothing had happened. After waiting for Goku to transform into Super 3, Chin-Yu remained unmoved. Chin-Yu knew that Tao Hong was already above them. But Chao San's strength is not bad, and he can survive several rounds in Tao Hong's hands. But if you want to defeat Tao Hong, I'm afraid it's still too early. Although this strength is powerful, if you want to defeat Tao Hong, this strength is far from enough. But Chin-Yu has not transformed into Tao Hong yet. He looked at Goku calmly. Then he said, Super Sailor 3. Goku continued, aren't you Saiyan? Why don't you transform? Chin-Yu smiled and said, if I transform now, you are no match for me. Vegeta on the side said with a proud look. Kakarot, since you can reach Super 3, maybe you will have the strength to fight him. Goku said with a confused look. Let's see what Tao Hong looks like. Asterisk. To be able to defeat Vegeta, that must be very powerful. Goku can't wait now. After all, he has never seen what Tao Hong looks like. I finally got a chance today, but Chin-Yu didn't change his body. However, at this moment Vegeta also felt a little dissatisfied. He couldn't stand the Super 3 that Goku had realized. Every time he transforms into a new form, Goku is one step ahead of him. This time, even at full power, Super 2 can't beat Super 3 either. The increase brought by Super 3 is not only a great increase in combat power, speed, defense, etc. I have been practicing in the spiritual time room for several years. He is no match for a dead person. However, Vegeta can only recognize reality now. Chin-Yu's pink, and Kaioken and Goku's Super 3. These are things he cannot comprehend. It's just that, in Vegeta's opinion, he has got the key points to transform into Rosé. If you can transform into a pink girl, what does Super 3 mean? It's totally not enough in front of Tao Hong. However, the combat effectiveness of Super 3 is also very terrifying. 400 times as much as Goku's normal strength. Vegeta saw that the two of them had been in a stalemate for so long and couldn't stand it any longer, so he immediately said, if you want to fight, fight quickly. I also want to see how strong Chao San is. Goku turned to Vegeta and said, Vegeta, you can't transform into Super 3 yet. I thought you could change a long time ago. Vegeta turned pale for a moment. I didn't know what to say for a while. If he could transform, he would have transformed during the battle with Chin-Yu. It's not like I have been entangled with him for so long. At this time, Chin-Yu stood there with a calm expression and said, since you want to know Tao Hong's strength so much, then I'll show you. As the words fall, Chin-Yu immediately transformed into a peach red. Vegeta on the side sneered and said, don't overestimate your capabilities. Goku looked at him solemnly. Under normal circumstances, Chin-Yu's strength has reached a terrifying combat power of 1 billion. And this time, Chin-Yu transformed into Tao Hong. Goku looked at Chin-Yu expectantly. After all, he has never seen what kind of state Tao Hong is. This time I came here mainly to see how strong he was, and secondly to see Tao Hong's experience. Goku, who had been crushed before, looked at Chin-Yu with confidence this time. Chin-Yu is now bursting with strength. However, the moment this breath came out, Goku felt something familiar again. This aura seemed to be the same as his own aura. However, Goku didn't take it too seriously. Immediately look at Chin-Yu. He could clearly feel that the breath was getting stronger and stronger. Not only that, he had never seen such a mighty aura before. After realizing, 407, Kong's heart tightened. It didn't take long for Chin-Yu to complete the transformation. Goku looked at Chin-Yu with excitement. He now wants to test the strength of Tao Hong immediately. Goku said with surprise, this is pink. Wow, it looks completely different from us. Pink aura flows around Chin-Yu. Afterwards, Chin-Yu put on a fighting stance and said, come on, let me see the strength of Chao San. Goku sneered and said, ha, here it comes. Buzz. Quietly, Goku arrived in front of Chin-Yu. However, Chin-Yu responded very quickly. He immediately appeared behind Goku. Goku was vaguely aware of Chin-Yu behind him. He struck directly with one blow. Empty. Goku noticed Chin-Yu's position and kept waving his fist. However, every attack by Goku is useless to Chin-Yu. But, this speed is extremely fast. Vegeta on the side was stunned for a moment. Now, Qin Yu is suspended in midair. Upon seeing this, Goku immediately flew into the air. The two continued to fight in the air. Their speed is still extremely fast. Only the roaring sound could be heard, and it was impossible to see where their people were. However, this is basically Goku's doing. Qin Yu didn't take action, he was just dodging Goku's attack. Although Chao San's strength is powerful, it is still not enough in front of Dao Hong. This time, Qin Yu also made plans. Spend some time with Goku. The next battle will most likely be in a martial arts tournament. Qin Yu may hold back here, but in the martial arts conference, Qin Yu will not spend so long as he does now. At this moment, Qin Bao shouted. The surrounding aura immediately transformed into a physical attack. Blasts towards Goku. Qin Yu struck Goku in the back. Boom! Goku was immediately knocked away. He hit the ground hard, and thick smoke flew everywhere. Goku also returned to normal. However, the pain in his body kept him from getting up. He gritted his teeth and stood up slowly, holding his hands on his shoulders. Vegeta was even more surprised when he saw it. After all, this was much more miserable than what he had experienced before. Qin Yu stood there, maintaining a calm expression. To say that Chao is no match for Qin Yu, it can be said that he was instantly killed with one blow. But the power of Super 3 is several times that of Super 2. But the result is the same as Super 2. One hand suppressed it. Tao Hong's strength is indeed terrifying. But now, no matter whether it is Super 1, Super 2 or Super 3, it is still no match for Tao Hong. It can even be said that there is no pressure on Tao Hong. This is the 10th time Sora and Vegeta have seen such powerful strength. Before, they were still wondering, what realm could an ordinary person achieve? They don't know until they face it themselves. Pink can be said to be their unparalleled realm. This form increases their combat power dozens of times when they transform into Super 1, Super 2, or even Super 3. It is no exaggeration to say that even if they understood Super Blue later, they would not be able to defeat Pink. Tao Hong can now be said to be the strongest single fighter. It is also the most powerful existence in Blue Star. But don't rule out the enemies you will encounter later. However, Qin Yu already possesses many unique skills that are difficult for them to understand. However, this unique skill is quite suitable here. But in the universe, it is still not enough. There are countless strong people in the universe. If you want to become a universe-level strongman, this is far from enough. If you can obtain God's unique skills, you still have a chance. Isn't it the reward for the championship in the martial arts tournament later? That is also Qin Yu's purpose. It's still some time before the martial arts conference. With Qin Yu's current strength, it is no problem to achieve excellent results in martial arts competitions. In other words, even if Qin Yu doesn't practice now, he can still win the championship in the martial arts competition. However, Qin will not give up practicing because of his strong strength. After all, he knows what kind of opponent he will encounter later. At this moment, Goku looked tired, dragging his injured arm and slowly said, "Is this Dao Hong's strength? Super 3 can't put any pressure on Tao Hong. It is indeed strong, but I will continue to change my rope towards this goal." This Dao Hong's strength was completely beyond his knowledge. It is no longer comparable to his current strength. In Goku's eyes, this is more like a god's realm. After the war, normalcy, Super 1, Super 3, can't put any pressure on him. Even touching him was difficult. Moreover, Goku can clearly feel that he has not used his full strength yet. If he had used all his strength, he would not have been injured as easily. However, Goku felt an aura on Qin Yu that was very similar to his own. This is exactly what Qin Yu's son Goku is fully equipped with. With the outbreak of combat power, Qin Yu will retain his original aura, but it is not impossible to cover up that powerful aura. Therefore, Goku can feel this breath. However, Goku didn't take it too seriously. But now Vegeta on the side is confused. He whispered, "Tao Hong is so powerful, what if I could understand? Then I would be able to keep Kakarot under my feet." 0.9. He looked at Tao Hong's strength and Super 3's strength. Vegeta naturally knows the strength of Super 3. But it's not like I can't even touch a bit of pink skin. Tao Hong's strength has completely exceeded his knowledge. However, Vegeta is increasingly eager to obtain this form. After all, if you understand this form, then the Super 3 will not be enough to look at in front of you. Why use Super 3? Pink is enough. In Vegeta's eyes, he has now obtained the key points to transform into pink. After that, you have to practice more to reach this level. After all, this form is not generally powerful. Even if the two of them take action, they may not be able to do anything. After all, Qin Yu hasn't used all his strength yet. At this moment, the system's voice rang in Qin Yu's mind. Ding, ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the limited time mission. Reward 3 months of cultivation. 3 months of cultivation. How much will it be this time? Qin Yu sighed. In the past 3 months, he had cultivated a combat power of 1 billion. However, that was under a tenfold increase, but what will it be this time? System View Panel. Host, Qin Yu. Talent. Son Goku is fully equipped with talents. Ability, Kaioken. Combat power, asterisk asterisk. 2.5 billion. Qin Yu was stunned for a moment. For a moment, I couldn't believe that my combat power had reached as much as 2.5 billion. If this continues, Saiyan will be defeated even without transforming. This is the combat effectiveness under normal conditions. Looking at the entire Dragon Ball world, who can have a combat power of more than 2 billion under normal conditions? It would be great to reach 1 billion. But before, Qin Yu, who still had a fighting strength of 100,000, could not even defeat a 6 or 7-year-old Saiyan 14. Now the combat power under normal conditions has reached an astonishing number of 2.5 billion. If this continues, what kind of state will it be? The combat power of Vegeta and others can reach 10 billion at a time. Normally there are only 100 million at most. But now, Qin Yu has reached 2.5 billion. With such a powerful strength, I am afraid that he is the first person besides God to exist under normal circumstances. If you continue to practice in the future and become stronger, I'm afraid I won't even have to transform. This saves a lot of gas and energy. However, this is also more troublesome. If you want a quick victory, you must transform. Dao Hong is certainly powerful. This is still the case a few years later. But Qin Yu would not give up the next practice like this. Qin Yu calmed down. Even though he has such great strength now, he still has no energy at all. Qin Yu said calmly, "It seems that the strength of Super 3 is quite strong." Goku continued, "Tao Hong is so powerful, I can't even touch you. It seems that I still have to work hard to practice." Vegeta on the side held his hands and said, "HMPH, Kakarot, you can transform into a Super 3, but you still can't beat him. Shame on Saiyan." Goku looked at Vegeta and said, "Vegeta, aren't you defeated too? Besides, I've only just mastered Super 3. It's great to be able to burst out with such great strength." Vegeta stood aside with a proud look on his face. He also knows the horror of Super 3. He really wanted to have this kind of power. But now he is more like gaining the strength of Dao Hong. After all, Tao Hong's fighting power has transcended many realms. Rose is beyond Vegeta and Goku's awareness. Moreover, all three are Saiyan. The goal is to become stronger. Vegeta is also very determined now and has obtained the way to transform into pink. There is great hope to achieve the realm of pink. The next step is to practice hard. I've watched Goku and Qin Yu fight for so long. Vegeta was more or less envious in his heart. I thought Goku was under his feet until he transformed into Super 3. Only then did Vegeta realize that he had been dumped by Goku again. But now, Super 3 is not Vegeta's goal, Rose is. He didn't know how Goku had been practicing in the past few years. They are all Saiyan. If they want to become stronger, their strength can only be improved in a short period of time by fighting with stronger people. But who should they fight with? Two mortal enemies, although they both want to surpass each other. But Goku only has 1 day, he can't exceed this time. Then there is only Qin Yu. Thinking of this, Zhou Kong opened his mouth and said, "By the way, after fighting for so long, I still don't know your name." Qin Yu raised the corner of his mouth and said, "My name is Qin Yu." Goku looked at the sky and nodded. But Vegeta said with some embarrassment, "As Saiyan, if we want to become stronger, we must fight together. But Kakarot doesn't have much time now. Only when we train each other can we become stronger." This is also preparation for the martial arts competition. Goku looked at Vegeta with surprise and said, Vegeta, you also know about the martial arts tournament? Vegeta snorted coldly and said, I don't know about this. Goku said again, you also want to participate. It seems we still have a chance to fight. Chin-Yu said calmly at this time. It seems that we all have to attend the martial arts conference, so there will be one more stop then. Then, Goku looked at Chin-Yu and said, I'm going to practice hard this time. I'm going to beat you. Chin-Yu smiled and said, I'm also looking forward to that day. However, the current topic was directly wiped out by Vegeta's opinion. Vegeta was slightly unhappy and immediately said angrily, Hello, did you hear what I said? Goku looked at Vegeta with confusion and said, Vegeta, don't be so cruel. What did you say? 507 Vegeta was a little angry. Shouted, if you want to become stronger, you must fight. Vegeta crossed his hands with an angry look on his face. Chin-Yu was stunned for a moment. Then he thought about it and it seemed so. Vegeta has been practicing in the spiritual time room for the past few years, and his combat effectiveness has not improved as much as that of a dead person. Not only that, it can be said that Vegeta has been practicing every day in the past few years. I just understood Chao. In the past few years, Goku has not been practicing in Blue Star. But he can transform into a Super 3. It is conceivable that combat training is very important. Moreover, Chin-Yu also thought of it. Although his fighting power is very strong, it has been able to kill them instantly. But there is clearly a shortage in combat experience. After all, the battle in the past few days can be said to be his first battle. I just fought with them for a little while. Combat experience is naturally insufficient. Well, my combat experience is obviously lacking. After practicing, let's engage in combat training. In this way, the strength will increase faster. Vegeta's expectation for him to transform into pink is getting stronger and stronger at this moment. After all, with Chin-Yu's battle, the strength has improved, let alone the. You can also ask him to teach you how to transform into pink. When fighting Vegeta before, Vegeta was very confident and thought he could defeat Chin-Yu. He looked extremely proud. If you can't beat Chin-Yu under normal circumstances, then transform into Super 2. But the result can be imagined. Chao was also beaten to a pulp. No face given to Prince Saiyan at all. Just put his face on the ground and rub it. But even so, Vegeta also proposed to practice with Chin-Yu. After all, Saiyan is like this. If he wants to become stronger, he can only increase his combat effectiveness by bursting out his powerful strength when fighting each other. Vegeta looked at Rose's strength. The desire to transform into a pink girl became stronger and stronger. He then exchanged the spiritual time house and capsule with Chin-Yu. During this time of training, Vegeta also wanted to ask Chin-Yu to help him. After all, if you only have to practice once to transform into Daohong, it will definitely take a long time. Vegeta wants to defeat Goku before the martial arts tournament begins. He knew that now that he had transformed into Super 2, he could exert full power. This is always not enough in front of Super 3 Goku. Goku's current strength is still quite terrifying if you don't compare it with Chin-Yu. Defeating Vegeta is of course a piece of cake. Moreover, he is also the most powerful existence in the circle of Z warriors. When he first came into contact with Gohan, Chin-Yu was still thinking. If your own strength cannot be improved, then it must be through Gohan that people in the Z fighter circle can provide guidance. But now, Xian Kong and Vegeta actually want to train with him. They are all members of the Z warrior circle. He actually made the request. Chin-Yu, who had no combat experience, naturally did his part. This is also a good opportunity to improve your strength. After Vegeta was defeated, he naturally felt a little dissatisfied. Who are you? Oh, Prince Saiyan. He was actually defeated by a junior. However, he can only recognize the reality now. I can't beat him, the national rift is so severe. Directly choose to practice with Chin-Yu. Of course, it's mainly about Rose. After all, with such great strength, who could it be? Who could refuse? Goku definitely wants to have it. When he was fighting Chin-Yu, he could obviously feel a familiar aura. However, he didn't pay too much attention. Normalcy was crushed by Chin-Yu, and so was Chao Yi. Goku knows that even Vegeta can't beat him when he transforms into Super 2. He simply stayed at Super 2 and directly transformed into Super 3. But the result is still the same. Can't compare to Rosé. Even the same as Chao. I couldn't even touch him with a finger. The power of Super 3 can be reflected in others. But in front of Qin Yu, no matter what form they transformed into, it's the same as usual, a complete failure. At this moment, Qin Yu also agreed to fight with them for training. This kind of cultivation method is particularly useful for Saiyan. Not only can you improve your strength, but you can also learn combat experience from it. Ride Goku and there's still time. The two fight against Qin Yu. Under normal circumstances, Qin Yu has a combat power of 2.5 billion. Goku and Vegeta combined are only 500 million. Compared with Qin Yu, it is naturally a bit troublesome. Even if two people fight against Qin Yu, they still can't defeat Qin Yu. It can even be said that he cannot touch Qin Yu with a finger. However, Goku and Vegeta still work well together. Qin Yu had to admire this. The two of them attacked Qin Yu with their bare hands. Qin Yu only dodged lightly in the face of their attacks. They even blocked their attack with their fingers. How long does it take? The three of them landed on the ground at the same time. Vegeta cursed angrily. Kakarot, it's all your fault. Otherwise I would have defeated him long ago. Goku said with a simple face. Vegeta, this is your own problem. Every time I attack, you get in my way. You still want to blame me. The two are facing each other tit for tat, and neither one is convinced by the other. Vegeta said angrily, if you still get in my way this time, I'll beat you up too. Qin Yu on the side was stunned. What are they doing? Are you still arguing? Both Vegeta and Goku got into fighting stances. Prepare for Qin Yu's attack. Then, the two of them rushed forward. It is still under normal conditions. Qin Yu always crushed them. With their current strength, they naturally cannot do anything to Qin Yu. After all, with this little fighting power, he can't even scratch Qin Yu's skin. Wanting to defeat Qin Yu is even more whimsical. Vegeta now maintains his previous fighting style. Attack with all your strength. But Goku had reservations. Vegeta also noticed it and said while fighting, Kakarot, what time has it been now, and you still retain your strength? Goku said, 2. If this is the case, then I will use all my strength. Goku explodes immediately. Combat power increased dramatically. Qin Yu faced them calmly. No look at all. Fighting them under normal circumstances, Qin Yu has no hope. The same goes for the transformation. As time goes by, training also stopped. The sky gradually darkened. Goku and Vegeta are sitting on the ground. Vegeta angrily yelled at Goku again. Kakarot, training with you is so troublesome every time. So what if I can transform into a Super 3? I will definitely defeat you next time we meet. Goku stood up and said, Vegeta, it seems you are very confident. I will not stop practicing even in the underworld. Immediately, Goku walked up to Qin Yu and said, Qin Yu, your strength is too powerful. We are no match at all. However, I believe I will surpass you. Qin Yu laughed and said, haha, I'm looking forward to that day too. Yes, the martial arts tournament is coming soon. You still need to practice more. The purpose of Goku participating in the martial arts tournament is to face stronger warriors. Vegeta, on the other hand, wants to surpass Goku. Then, Vegeta also walked up to Qin Yu and said, Qin Yu, although you are powerful now, but I am not convinced, I will do as you say. Thus reaching your level. Qin Yu scratched his head and said, you still have to rely on yourself. However, I won't give in at the martial arts conference. I still need to practice more these days. Goku nodded confidently. I lamented how strong Qin Yu is now. After all, this was the first time they had seen someone who could reach this level. Vegeta is now determined and no longer wants to practice in the spiritual time room. Only actual combat is the only way to improve your strength the fastest. Goku glanced at the sky. He only had 24 hours. Although it is not yet 24 to disappear. But it was getting late, and the battle between him and Qin Yu was over. This time, although there was no victory. But Goku also has the motivation to move forward. Keep moving forward towards the goal of Qin Yu's current strength. Whether it can be surpassed is another matter. Goku looked at the time and then said, It's getting late. It's time for me to go back. Chin-Yu looked at Goku and said, it's not easy for you to come back. Don't you plan to go see Gohan and the others? Goku hesitated for a moment. No, there's still time next time. It's getting late now, so I won't disturb their rest. Chin-Yu heard this. Goku left after saying one word. See you next time. Vegeta stood aside with a proud look on his face. He held his hands and said, it's time for me to go back. If I have a chance, I'll fight you. But I won't be as embarrassed as I am now. Chin-Yu laughed and said, okay, I look forward to your arrival. I hope your strength changes. As he finished speaking, Vegeta waved his hand. He turned around 650 degrees and flew away towards his home. Chin-Yu breathed a sigh of relief and said, Call. Today is indeed the most tiring day. After fighting for so long, you have seen how powerful I am. Chin-Yu took a look at the spiritual time room and felt that he was no longer as excited as before. Let's continue tomorrow. Chin-Yu walked towards the room. He is strong enough now. What they lack is combat experience. However, with Vegeta and Goku among them as sparring partners, that spiritual time room is useless. However, Vegeta and the others cannot come every day. This spiritual time room is still somewhat useful. Hell, Goku has returned to the underworld. The fortune teller looked at the wounds and tattered clothes. He just knew that this battle would be exciting. However, she also regretted that she didn't go this time because she liked watching battles. It will definitely be exciting. The fortune teller looked at Goku and said, Goku, this battle seems to be quite fierce. My clothes are all in tatters. Goku smiled and said, haha, no, this battle has been going on for a long time. However, I still lost. He is very powerful. The fortune teller was stunned. Goku actually lost. She couldn't believe it for a moment that Wukong actually lost. But who will defeat Goku? The more the fortune teller thought about it, the more she regretted that she did not go to see this battle. Since you will lose, what kind of strength does he have? It's too late for Goku to talk to her now. The top priority is not to practice quickly. Grandma fortune teller, let's talk next time. I'm going to practice. The fortune teller shook her head and said, this guy doesn't usually work so hard. The fortune teller couldn't believe Goku's failure. After all, such a ferocious person was defeated by an ordinary person. However, the fortune teller also wants to know who is the one who defeated Goku. With such great strength, you must not be an ordinary person. Blue Star, Chin-Yu is lying on the bed. This day is the most intense day for Chin-Yu. Almost the entire day was spent fighting. Not only that, Chin-Yu also obtained Kaioken. Chin-Yu can clearly feel the changes brought to himself after using Kaioken. Not only in terms of combat effectiveness, speed and defense have also been improved several times. Chin-Yu sighed at this moment. Kaioken certainly lives up to its reputation. The increase you get seems to be a process of transformation. This takes my strength to the next level. However, defeating Goku and Vegeta is naturally not Chin-Yu's ultimate goal. His ultimate goal is to participate in the martial arts competition and become the champion. His current strength is enough to win the championship of the world's best martial arts tournament. Even if Chin-Yu stops practicing now, he can still win the championship in the martial arts competition. His purpose has always been Ultra Instinct. Only by obtaining Ultra Instinct can he go to the universe. Become a universe-level strongman. At present, he has the strength of Dao Hong, and Goku and Vegeta both use Super 2 at the same time, so they cannot be Chin-Yu's opponent. It can be said that the championship of the martial arts conference is destined to be won. Chin-Yu is no longer worried about any strong men who will appear in the future. In the previous Cell chapter, Chin-Yu really didn't have the strength, so he hid in the group. But this time, facing the enemies that appeared later, it was quite powerful. At this moment, Chin-Yu began to speculate about the future path even before he got Ultra Instinct. Rosé paired with Ultra Instinct. As long as they are not the Angel family, they have nothing to fear even if Bruce is in front of them. You know, Beerus, as the gods of destruction, has mastered the history of destruction. You can destroy a planet casually. But compared with Ultra Instinct, it's still a little behind. Ultra Instinct is a magical skill. A magical skill that even the gods of destruction cannot master. If you can perfectly understand Ultra Instinct, defeating Beerus is not far away. The Dragon Ball world can go sideways. What other strong men do we need to worry about? Majin Buu has to kowtow twice when he comes. In the original novel, Ultra Instinct has a backlash. Goku suffered backlash when he used Ultra Instinct. The main reason is that you cannot master Ultra Instinct perfectly, overuse it, and suffer backlash. However, Chin Yu is a reward from the system. Naturally, it is possible to achieve 100% mastery. As he thought about it, Chin Yu couldn't help laughing. Ha 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 ha, now the two most powerful single warriors here are no match for me. In the martial arts competition, who can stop me from winning the championship? The martial arts tournament is more than just Goku and Vegeta. It seems that all the warriors in the Z-Warrior Circle will participate. But the strongest warriors among them, Goku, Vegeta, and Fufan are no match for him. Then Piccolo and Klin are naturally no match for them. Isn't it easy to win the championship? As for Satan, his strength is just a gimmick. It's just that after Saiyan defeated the enemy, he happened to make a profit and took advantage. As a result, he was seen by reporters, so he was said to be the person who saved the entire world. Defeat him. Isn't it just a look? There is no need to take action yourself. The next day, before Chin Yu could get up, a series of ear-splitting voices kept ringing. He directly woke up Chin Yu from his sleep. Chin Yu was a little impatient and got under the quilt. But the sound became louder and louder. Chin Yu was furious and complained. It's so early in the morning, why don't you let me rest? After a while, the voice stopped. Chin Yu also felt relieved, thinking that this would make her peaceful. Later, the knock on the door woke Chin Yu up again. Dong dong dong, dong dong dong. Chin Yu got up reluctantly. He slowly walked to the door and complained again. It's so early in the morning, why don't you let me rest? Chin Yu opened the door and vaguely discovered that it was a girl. He rubbed his eyes. Vital-san, what are you doing here? Chin Yu was a little confused and didn't know what Vital was doing here. However, Vital was a little shy and his face turned red. Chin Yu looked at Vital in confusion. But I don't know what he is doing here. Then, Vital said shyly. My dad wants to meet you. Chin Yu was stunned. Are you going to meet your parents so soon? Vital covered his face shyly and accidentally got into Chin Yu's house. However, Chinla stood at the door and still didn't react. After all, meeting parents is a big deal. It was so sudden that Chin Yu naturally couldn't believe it. He saw the plane stopped outside the door. It was this sound that woke me up so early in the morning. Chin Yu closed the door and entered the house. Vital poured himself some water and drank it. Chin Yu sat next to Vital and then said, Is it so sudden? I'm not even ready yet. Vital was no longer as shy as before, holding water and said, I'm not ready either. My father suddenly said he wanted to see you, so I came to find you. Chin Yu was a little surprised. Could it be that Satan's conscience discovered it? Or what? But this, should I give you a little greeting gift? Vital waved his hand and said, No, I have them all at home. No shortage of them. With that said, Vital walked towards Chin Yu's room. Looking at the mess, Vital walked out again and said, You are usually so polite, but why are you so messy and don't even clean up your room? Let my nanny help you clean up some other time. Chin Yu quickly waved his hand and said, No need. I can just clean it up myself. What kind of family is this? You need a nanny. Isn't this what a man should be like? Vital sat on the sofa and looked at Chin Yu's house. Chin Yu followed her in a hurry. Chin Yu said carefully, How about I change clothes first? Vital sat on the sofa as if he didn't want to leave. How about you go out first? Chin Yu pointed to the door. Vital remained silent. Chin Yu spoke again. There's no way I can change it in front of you. Vital walked out happily. They have a confirmed relationship now. It's time to meet the parents soon. Although Satan is a daughter-in-law, he does not want his daughter to come into contact with Chin Yu. After all, in his opinion, Chin Yu's strength is not as strong as his. But the deal was already done. Vital pestered him every day to go practice with Chin Yu. Satan also chose to compromise. But before compromising, he decided to take a look at what kind of person Chin Yu was. Do you have the strength to take care of your daughter? That's why he asked Vital to let Chin Yu go see him. It happened so suddenly that Qin Yu was not prepared. Qin Yu couldn't help but complain. We have to go early in the morning. Well, Qin Yu sighed. It's not that he doesn't want to go, it's mainly because he didn't manage the time well. The second thing is that there was no advance notice. If notified in advance, Qin Yu would still have time to prepare. But there is no time to prepare now. It was too late to get dressed. After getting dressed up, Qin Yu walked out in a suit and leather shoes. He saw that Vital was studying his spiritual time room. $160. I haven't used this spiritual time room since Vegeta sent it to me. However, it is not useful now. He didn't know when Vegeta would come to him. The most important thing right now is to meet the parents. Vital curiously went up and touched the spiritual time room. Then she looked at Qin Yu and asked curiously, "What is this? Why is it like a house with nothing inside?" Qin Yu walked forward and opened the door, saying, "This is the gravity room, used for training." Vital walked in. "It feels like nothing." Qin Yu raised the corner of his mouth and said, "That's because I haven't turned on gravity yet. It's hard to bear it with your current strength. I'll give you a try when the time comes." 0. The most urgent thing is, let's go first. Vital laughed. "So urgent, it seems you attach great importance to it. Well, let's set off first." Vital glanced at Qin Yu's whole body. "You look pretty handsome dressed like this." Qin Yu touched the back of his head and smiled. "Haha, this is the first time I dress up like this. Wear whatever you want." At this time, Qin Yu looked at Vital sheepishly. To be honest, Qin Yu is naturally a little nervous now. After all, this is the first time in his life that he has met his parents. Moreover, nothing is prepared yet. Naturally, I felt a little embarrassed when my hands were empty. However, Qin Yu didn't know why Satan went to see him. It was just conjecture before. I don't know why Satan wanted to see me so suddenly. But if Vital invites him, it must be a good thing. Qin Yu got on Vital's plane. I was somewhat panicked inside. Vital seemed to notice it, and he stood up and said, "Don't be nervous, my dad is very kind. It's not that fierce." That's not what Qin Yu is afraid of. But inexplicably nervous. Maybe it was because I wanted to meet Satan. I became nervous inexplicably. My legs were trembling subconsciously. City center. Vital sent Qin Yu to the door. "Okay, go in by yourself. I won't go in with you." Qin Yu was stunned. "Want to go alone?" Regardless, Qin Yu walked in directly. Qin Yu came to Satan's house. This is a villa. Qin Yu walked in and walked through the corridor. Satan's butler is at the door, and Qin K remembers him. Of course he still knows Qin Yu. However, when he saw Qin Yu, his legs became weak. He hesitated and said, Mr. Qin Yu, please come inside." It was Satan who asked him to receive Qin Yu at the door. For a while, he naturally didn't dare to accept it. He clearly remembered the previous lesson. Now I see him somewhat panicked. The housekeeper brought Qin Yu to Satan. 937. "This is Mr. Satan." Afterwards, the butler withdrew. Satan sat on a swivel chair and looked at the big screen. When Qin Yu arrived, he turned his chair and looked at Qin Yu. Satan lit a cigarette and looked at Qin Yu and said, "Are you Qin Yu?" Qin Yu nodded and said, "Exactly." Satan blew out a puff of smoke and said again, "What kind of charm do you have that makes my daughter stalk you so hard?" Qin Yu was speechless. He didn't know what to say. "I don't want to do this." But Vital insisted on doing this, and he had no choice. Qin Yu said casually, "Maybe it's to prepare for the world's best martial arts conference. With me here, his strength has indeed improved a lot." Satan immediately stood up and walked towards Qin Yu, saying as he walked, "Yes, I heard that you are also going to participate in the martial arts competition." Qin Yu nodded. Satan patted Qin Yu on the shoulder and said sincerely, "Since you also want to participate in the world's best martial arts competition, don't embarrass my son-in-law right now. The son-in-law I want is more powerful than me. If you can't even defeat me, then what qualifications do you have to be my son-in-law?" Qin Yu was stunned and stood there not knowing what to do. He felt ashamed. "You have the nerve to say this. If I'm not strong enough, Vital will pester me." Satan looked at Qin Yu and said, "Oh, so you are quite powerful. I want to see how strong you are then." Qin Yu said expressionlessly, Compared with you, I am more or less inferior. You are the one who saves the world. But he is a big shot that everyone knows and knows about. Qin Yu flattered him. When Satan heard this, he burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha. Just know the heroic deeds of my Satan. Ha ha. Qin Yu looked at Satan with slightly closed eyes. He doesn't know who gave him the courage to be so confident. By the way, I will no longer be involved with you two. When people grow up, they have their own choices. Satan said such profound words. It actually made Qin Yu feel a little uncomfortable. However, out of respect, Qin Yu still bowed and said, Mr. Satan, thank you for your understanding. I will protect Vital from now on. I feel relieved to be able to say this. He sat on a chair with his feet on the table. Then he said again, I only have one daughter. Her mother passed away early, and I brought her up all by myself. I feel a little uncomfortable being away from me like this. Okay, let's get over here. Qin Yu stood there and slowly said, Don't worry, nothing will happen to her. At this time, Satan's butler walked in. He stretched out his hand and said, Please. The housekeeper took Qin Yu out. At this time, the housekeeper was a little flustered. Qin Yu patted the housekeeper, who was immediately frightened to the ground. Don't be so panicked, I will not eat you. The Satan butler hesitated and said, Mr. Qin Yu, it was our fault last time. Qin Yu said nonchalantly. It's okay, it's all over anyway. I'm not that narrow-minded either. This time, Qin Yu did not expect that Satan would hand over his daughter to him. This was not the case before. He wished he could hide Vital in the snow so that Qin Yu would never see her again. This time, under Vital's entanglement, Satan chose to compromise. After all, Vital has always wanted to practice with Qin Yu, so his strength must be very strong. Otherwise, I wouldn't be pestering him like this. After arriving home, Qin Yu began to prepare for the martial arts conference. We are getting closer and closer to the world's best martial arts tournament. Qin Yu walked into the spiritual time room and started practicing. When he turned on gravity, he immediately fell to the ground. Wow, it's so sudden. 50 times gravity. Qin Yu stood up slowly. 50 times gravity was nothing to him. He began to practice. Under the pressure of gravity, Qin Yu's movements became a little slow. After all, this is his first time using the spiritual time room. Not fully used yet. As time goes by, unconsciously, Qin Yu gradually adapted to this gravity. The body can now come and go freely. Celestial Temple. Piccolo and others are making intense preparations. All in preparation for the martial arts competition. See you. Piccolo is sitting cross-legged practicing. There were flashes of lightning all around. Every now and then there would be a blast. Piccolo slowly opened his eyes, looked at his green hands, and said, The martial arts conference is coming soon. I wonder if they are fully prepared. Turtle Fairy House. Clin, number 18 is practicing against each other. Master Roshi was sitting on a chair nearby, basking in the sun. Looking at the album, wearing a pair of sunglasses. Very laid-back look. And Clin's daughter is applauding Clin and the others. Clin looked at his daughter and his motivation surged. It was a conjoined attack towards number 18. Number 18 was not weak at all, and immediately counterattacked. Not long after, the two of them landed on the beach. Marin clapped and Xiao murmured, Dad, Mom. Clin stepped forward and touched Marin's head. Then he looked towards Route 18. It seems that time is running out, we still have to practice hard. Number 18 looked serious, held his hands and said, I don't care. Master Roshi looked at the album and said, Oh, you guys don't have enough training. I think back then I was an all-powerful man. Clin and number 18 were immediately stunned. Master Roshi looked at the book and his face turned red. At this moment, Qin Yu, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Clin, number 18, Piccolo and others who are participating in the world's number 1 martial arts conference are making intense preparations. Time passes quickly. A flash. More than 20 days have passed. This also means that the battle between the strong men is about to begin. The best martial arts tournament in the world has begun. The scene of the world's best martial arts conference. The martial arts conference kicked off. The whole world was shocked. Participants, spectators, men, women, old and young all came here. champion of the 21st Martial Arts Conference, National Day. With his hands and feet, he won the championship and received a lot of bonuses. The martial arts conference attracted many people to watch the battle. 22nd competition champion, Tien Shinhan. The 23rd competition champion, Son Goku, won the championship by virtue of his own strength. In the last competition, Satan won the championship and caused a sensation all over the world. After that, Satan took advantage again and saved the world. The martial arts tournament can be said to be the most exciting competition in recent years among the strongest. Many people have an idea of this championship. That must be Satan. He is a great hero. In order to watch the battle, many people rushed to the scene in advance. The game takes place on an island. But now that technology is advanced, they all come by plane, aircraft, etc. Qin Yu has arrived at the competition site. I felt a little excited inside. Masters from all walks of life came here to participate in the competition for the rewards of the martial arts conference. Of course, the same is true for Qin Yu. His goal has always been to win the martial arts tournament. 14. Let's not talk about the 10 million bonus. Qin Yu is not very interested in this. What he is most interested in is Ultra Instinct. Seeing it right before his eyes, Qin Yu was naturally a little excited. Qin Yu looked around. Many strong men were showing off their muscles before. Not only that, the surrounding environment is also quite good. In preparation for the martial arts conference, ribbons and various snacks were placed on the road. However, what Qin Yu cares about most now is his opponent. There's also Goku and Vegeta Gohan. Qin Yu came very early in the morning. I didn't expect that he would be the first to come. But when we got to the back, there were more and more people. All the strong people are coming. Qin Yu looked at the competition venue and saw that the spectator seats were quite large. It can accommodate tens of thousands of people. After taking a glance at this, Qin Yu walked out. Being bored here alone is boring. Qin Yu plans to wander around here. Anyway, it hasn't started yet. The other side. Vegeta, Gohan, Bulma, Krillin and others rushed to the scene in an aircraft. Bulma piloted the aircraft and said, "The competition venue is right ahead. Sit tight, I'm going to speed up." The moment the words fell, Bulma stepped on the accelerator, and the aircraft rushed forward like lightning. Arrived at the scene, Gohan said with a surprised look, "Wow, this place is so prosperous. There are so many snacks, I'm a little hungry." Vegeta folded his hands and looked proud. Bulma held Vegeta's hand forcibly. They walked on the road and looked at everything around them. Gohan and Goten are extremely curious about this place. Goten held Gohan's hand, looked at the passers-by and said, "There are so many people here." Gohan said, "It's fun when there are many people." Vegeta folded his hands and snorted. "It's annoying to see so many people." Vegeta was a little impatient. So many people, and so many kids chasing after me. All running in the street. Chi-Chi looked at the surrounding snacks with excitement. Piccolo, number 18, walked forward with an indifferent expression. Walking towards the competition venue. Goten was a little confused. Although he said he was here to participate in the competition, he was concerned about some of the noisy children around him. Goten still feels a little annoyed. At this moment, Yamcha looked in front of him and said, "Where's Goku? Isn't he coming to compete?" Gohan said excitedly. "Yeah, long time no see." Master Roshi suddenly jumped into the crowd and said, "I haven't seen Goku in years. It's really exciting." Vegeta looked disdainful. They had met not long ago. For this meeting, I also witnessed Goku's strength. Vegeta had no expectations for this meeting. Chi-Chi stood aside with joy. Goten was even more confused. After all, he hasn't met his father yet. Goku was already dead when Goten was born. King of Kai. Supreme Kai is watching Goku train. At this time, the fortune teller came to Supreme Kai with a crystal ball. The martial arts conference on Blue Star has begun. Goku is still training. Supreme Kai put this hand on his back and said, "It seems that Goku has a good chance of winning the championship." Goku, who was practicing, saw the fortune teller coming. He stopped training, came to Granny Xanxia and said, "Grandma fortune teller." The fortune teller said, "Goku, the martial arts tournament has begun. Aren't you going to go yet?" Goku scratched the back of his head and said, "Unknowingly, the martial arts conference has already arrived. Then let's go. The fortune teller nodded. Afterwards, the two disappeared from the same place. This time the fortune teller also went. He likes to watch battles, but he missed it that time. Then of course you don't have to miss it this time. There are many strong people in the martial arts conference. Then the person who fought Goku before must be there. The fortune teller also wants to see how strong he is. Blue Star, Vegeta and others are walking. Passers-by around the area rushed in the same direction one by one with small notebooks and pens, and shouted, "Mr. Satan, look, it's Satan." Satan looked happy. He put on the posture of a strong man and showed off to the fans. After that, sign them. And next to him was his daughter Vital. Vegeta glanced at Satan. He didn't take him seriously at all. Not long after, a familiar face appeared in front of Gohan and others. Chi-Chi. Gohan's eyes were full of disbelief. Gohan said excitedly, "Dad." Piccolo stood aside, holding his hands and saying, "Old son." Klin was also looking forward to it and said, "Son Goku." Goku stood there, wearing training clothes and hands on his hips. "We haven't seen each other for so many years. Everyone has changed a lot." The fortune teller is behind Goku. There were obvious tears in Krillin, Gohan, and Chi-Chi's eyes. "I can't believe it, this is Goku." On the 18th, Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks looked at Goku with indifferent expressions. There are even some doubts. Gohan and others all hugged him. But Goten was hiding behind Chi-Chi. He was even a little scared. Chi-Chi saw it, pulled him out and said, "Goten, come out." Dad soared quickly. Goten said with some confusion, "Dad." Goku pointed at Goten and said, "Why does this kid look exactly like me?" After hesitating for a moment, Goten reported directly, "Dad." Goku laughed. "Ha ha." The other side. Chin Yu is spinning. He is now very eager to look forward to the start of the martial arts conference. After all, walking around here is extremely boring now. Chin Yu is not very interested in things sold on the roadside. Because Chin Yu's facial features are more handsome, it attracted the attention of many girls. Chin Yu ignored them and continued walking forward. Chin Yu walked forward and saw a familiar person. Vegeta. Vegeta glanced at Chin Yu and said, "I can't transform in this tournament, but I still have hope of defeating you." Vegeta had a proud face. Piccolo beside him looked at Chin Yu with some confusion. He has heard about Chin Yu's strength. Son Goku and Vegeta are no match. However, looking at this child who is almost 18 years old, how can he have such a strong experience? Piccolo was confused. But, how could what Vegeta said be false? Even if he can't defeat him, then Chin Yu's strength must not be underestimated. Piccolo secretly exclaimed, "What kind of strength does he have that makes Vegeta, a proud man, surrender to him? It seems like it's better to be more careful." Chin Yu sneered and said, "Although I can't transform, I still won't admit defeat. See you on the field." Piccolo glanced at Chin Yu and said, "What an arrogant tone. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more."